Okay, I'm back. I really needed to go to the bathroom. Restroom.
I'm back. All right. So we've been going on for a while, and we're starting to get into more recent territory.
Yeah.
So,
But the part one was 2 hours long in the end,
okay.
like almost to the minute, and we are now at 1 hour 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're getting close because 18 and 19 we're not going to say a lot
We're not gonna
Yeah.
say that much. I think we've said enough, but we'll
Yeah.
we won't completely abandon it.
Are we all back? I think we're.
I don't know.
I don't think Andrew is
not back.
He's taking a long pee.
Maybe his bathroom is on the other floor.
Oh.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, power of the voodoo.
Power of the voodoo.
What is this? Cute Latin folk metal. It's a Chilean folk power metal band.
It's interesting.
Name is about a tiny deer of South America called Pudu.
The best thing about that band are their videos, so check them out on YouTube.
The videos are off the wall crazy, man.
Yeah, they're great.
Oh my gosh, look at the tiny
with, like,
guitar.
Awesome, cheap green screening.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at the Pudu. It's so cute.
It's the cutest metal band.
He's wearing a Soda Arctica shirt. Sup, nerds? Welcome to Powerful, a power metal podcast. This is episode 34, and we are on part 2. Wait, episode 30.
35, because
It's
34 was the
35.
previous one. This is
34 part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
No one
Who
knows.
knows?
This is episode 35, and we are on part 2 of a powerful trip through time, or our 2010s year in review.
Or is hyperspace part number 35.
And I should probably introduce myself. This is Stella. What up? And I'm here with my friends, Fernando,
hello.
Kyle,
Hello there.
and Andrew Biscuit.
Hi.
I feel like I call you something different every time, but
Pretty sure you
that's
do.
okay.
Have you legally changed your last name to Biscuit
You
yet?
respond to all of them, so it's
Nope.
okay. Your name's gonna legally change to Biscuit.
I've responded to a lot of names over
And
the
it's gonna be
years,
great.
let me tell you.
Yeah. So last time on Powerful, we shared way too much about our lives, and we lived the Dragon Force lifestyle, and we made it to around 2015. And
halfway through the decade.
yeah, halfway through the decade, and power metal has gone through a lot of shifts, and some predictions that we thought were going to be the future of power metal were clearly not true.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So,
Bitch about it on a podcast.
yeah,
That's a
exactly.
good idea.
We'll get into that when we get to the birth of Powerful and like why we decided to start this podcast.
That's going to be the most exciting part of this episode.
Yeah, but
Because we can be really self-indulgent.
oh my god, ugh, spare me. But before we get into that, let's talk about 2015. Like where were
2015.
you guys in 2015? What even happened? That just seemed like so long ago.
2015,
So
I
long.
was like halfway through college.
2015 was the year that I actually went to the concerts that we talked about last
We
time.
did,
Right.
yeah.
2015 was the year that I don't know. All the
Me
years
too.
after
I don't know
2015 blurred
either.
together.
I don't know what happened in 2015. It was all a blur.
Yeah.
Isn't that when you started working the college lifestyle, Stella?
I was
In that university
okay in
lab?
2015. I was a PhD student in a university lab.
You weren't a doctor yet, were
No,
you?
I was not a doctor yet. I was still a student. And what did I do? 2015. I had already gone to my first prog power by then.
Oh.
What? Because my first prog power was in 2014. Because I
Oh, we
wanted
didn't
to see
mention that.
Stratovarius and Seventh Wonder.
Nice.
Among other things. What happened in 2015?
2015, related to the first album we want to talk about, I went to my first metal show.
Oh, I know what
Ooh.
happened in 2015. Blind Guardian came back with Beyond a Red Mirror, and it was a really big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I came out early 2015. It had been like 4.5 years since At the Edge of Time. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, we got a new Blind Guardian," because that's
Guardian's
like an
back.
event in the community. It matters. And they announced a North American tour, and I made that my first ever metal show.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good
I
for
feel like
show.
this is Blind Guardian's first visit to the US since the
Since 2010, probably.
2010
Or
had a
2011.
tour. 2006 had a tour for Twist and a Myth. Yeah, and I didn't go to either of those because I was young and foolish.
Question, Kyle.
Yes.
Did they play and then there was silence at your show?
Not that one.
Ooh, that
But
sucks.
they did the next year. But the thing is, the reason they didn't play and then there was silence at that show because Stella was at that show. We were at the same concert and
Ooh.
we didn't even know each other.
Yeah, we were at the same show in Anaheim, California.
Yeah, the best part of this is a while back I went digging through my Reddit history for some ungodly reason. And I even posted on the subreddit like asking for like how do I concert? And you had posted that you were going to be at that show. Like, "Oh, you're going to Anaheim Blind Guardian. That's so cool." And like I didn't say anything to you.
Well, of course not. Why would you reply to a
It's just
random Redditor?
You're a scary person on the internet.
Yeah,
I couldn't trust
It was
that.
an internet stranger.
And you guys wouldn't have talked in real life
And-
anyway.
I didn't talk
Who
to
talks to strangers at
anyone at that
concerts?
show. I didn't talk to jack shit.
Oh yeah,
I
I
just
remember
went to the
that show
show.
in 2015. I brought my husband to that show. It was his first exposure to Blind Guardian at all.
Damn.
I don't
Like
think
that, going
he's-
to that show.
I don't think he's
my-
like, "What's a Blind Guardian?" And I was like, "We're going to this show tonight, okay?" He's like, okay."
Yeah, I mean it was like a Saturday, easy enough to get
Yeah,
there.
and I think what they opened with the ninth wave. There was like the cool
Yeah,
choral
they have like
part,
the spooky
and
intro.
then like
That's a
the-
great opening.
intense build up, and he was like, he cried.
Damn.
Brutal.
Like I thought the show was like
It was-
life changing for me, but no, I
No,
didn't
it
even
was
think
like
about.
it was like eye opening for him because I mean he's shown interest in power metal before. He's gone with me to my like 5 Sonata Arctica shows or something, but
Jesus.
this is a whole nother. It's Blind Guardian. Come on.
Yeah, I went to the show in Phoenix, and it was my second power metal show, my first Blind Guardian show, obviously. And I had no voice that day. And then I had less of a voice that night. It was not great for work going to that show.
Yeah, I could hardly talk like after that show was over.
It was a fucking religious experience.
That was
though,
your
man.
first show ever,
Amazing.
too, right? Or like your first metal show or something?
That was
First ever one?
also the first time I had ever heard And Then There Was Silence.
Oh
I had
shit!
never actually listened to a Night at the
I
Opera
had
before.
never heard and then there was silence live ever, even now.
So like the very first time I heard And Then There Was Silence was magical at a live
That's
show.
crazy.
It was
That's great.
fucking
Did they do the breakdown?
that was
where
the-
they go na na
that
na?
was the
na, na,
religious
na,
experience.
na, na.
And you're
For,
like,
like-
what's
yeah, they did the whole
happening?
na-na-nas.
Are we dancing now? Okay.
And
It was wild.
Nice.
the first live Hansi.
Cool.
So what did you guys think about Beyond the Red Mirror as an album though? Because obviously the live shows are dope as hell, but just seeing where musically everything is going at that point, I think is interesting too.
Let's see. Their first single, Twilight of the Gods, gave me a lot of hope for the album. Because it was symphonic metal style. It was still like pretty driving. It was kind of slower than I would expect though, but it's not too surprising because Blind Guardian was well into their orchestral phase. I thought the album started really strongly. I really liked the ninth wave. I just think it set such a good atmosphere for this concept album. And I love the build up. I think my biggest complaint about Red Mirror was that it was so dense and a little bit difficult to listen to if you don't have good headphones.
Yeah, production on it is
Because
interesting.
it just sounds kind of muddy, but there's a lot of really cool melodies in there, like At the Edge of Time, the track, and I like that Distant Memories. Is it Distant Memories? It's like a slower song.
Yeah, that's one of the slower ones.
Distant Memories. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Hansi's vocal performance was beautiful there. And then
There's some really great melodies and choruses.
yeah, there are
on that
some
album,
really
too.
great melodies and choruses. I'm not sure if we actually reviewed this album on the podcast before.
It was
Probably
We
not.
never talked about
We
it in
did.
depth at
Okay,
all.
Yeah.
no.
okay. So this is a good conversation to like dig into it. And I have one last thought. I thought, having heard "And Then There Was Silence" on Deny the Opera, I was sort of looked forward to the last track, the Grand Parade. But I think Grand Parade was kind of a letdown for me.
I think it's their weakest like big long
yeah,
song.
for
I still like it, but
it's
it could have been so
okay.
much better.
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, if you're gonna write an epic song that's over, let's say, 8 to 10 minutes in length, you're gonna need some variety. You're gonna need like a beginning, a middle, and an end. You can't just do verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Otherwise, your audience is gonna be like, "This should have ended 6 minutes ago, bro."
Right. Like it's an interesting album because it has like some like slower stuff. It has like weirder progressive stuff. It has really symphonic stuff. But it even has some of the like sort of older style, more speed metal-y songs, like the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail. Yeah, that was one of my favorites. I actually really like The Throne as well. That
The Throne is so sick.
Oh, and
It's so
Sacred
epic.
Mind. Actually, that whole little stretch in the middle of the album was really
Yeah,
strong.
the back half of the album I think is my favorite there.
Yeah, I know this album had like some. I remember thinking back. I heard a lot of comments on the production, the muddiness, but I think that this was a really cool comeback for Blind Guardian. I don't know if it was really a comeback 2010 to 2015. It's always
They just always take
it's
forever.
just always exciting when they put something out.
Yeah, one of the titans of the genre for sure.
Yeah. So back in 2015, this was a really big deal because at the time we didn't have a Discord chat or anything in which we all got to know each other. Like my only exposure to any sense of power metal community was the subreddit.
Same.
And the subreddit worshipped Blind Guardian.
Indeed.
Yeah.
An interesting other thing that came out in 2015 that was like, big symphonic thing was Nightwish's Endless Forms Most Beautiful, which, first album with Flor Jansen, everyone loves her. But I feel like that album didn't really get as good of a reception as everything else that Nightwish had been doing.
Yeah. Did we review this on the podcast?
Kind of.
It was always, but no, this is all before the podcast.
This is
No, but
okay.
We
Well-
reviewed it based on live shows or something. We complained
Yeah.
about this.
Okay.
We've bitched about this
I'm sure
before,
this
but we
has
haven't
come
really
up in
gone depth on it.
conversation just because it's Nightwish, and Nightwish is a really big deal. And it was an even bigger deal that Flor Jansen, and I knew her from After Forever, so it was like mind blowing that she joined Nightwish.
Is that a band or like a figure of speech? Oh yeah, I've known her since like After Forever, dude.
It can be both. You're so clever. Did we catch
Oh,
the
thank
running
you.
in the 90s thing on the pre-roll? Because that
No.
was good.
I mean, how you didn't understand how the song "Running in the '90s" is referring to the speed of the car and not the decade.
The decade
What?
90s.
I'm pretty sure it's still the
know.
decade.
Maybe it's both.
Oh, because
They're clever.
because in
Because
miles
90,
that's
90
fast.
like miles
That's
per
fast.
hour.
Oh
Wait,
man!
hold on. Who wrote running in the 90s and did they use kilometers or miles? Because this makes a big difference.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, to be honest.
because like
Yeah.
in here, like a max speed is 60 kilometers per hour on avenues and 100 or 80 on different highways. But maybe if
90s
it's
is not a big
from
deal.
Italy, that's different. I don't know how they do it in Italy or what are the speed
Yeah,
limits.
so the artist who wrote Running in the 90s had performed under the alias Max Covery, and his real name was Maurizio De Giorgio. He's from Italy. Does Italy use kilometers or miles? This is
I
really
assume they use
Probably
kilometers.
kilometers.
okay.
I would imagine.
Then are we running in the 90s as in the 1990s or 90 miles per hour?
Well, if you look at the lyrics of the song, "Running
Get
in the
your
90s
credit
is a new
cards,
way
I
I like
don't
to
need the
be.
money."
I'm just running in the 90s. Come on, baby, run to me. Running in the 90s.
Okay.
A new way to set. It sounds like speed.
90 kilometers per hour is the speed limit on local roads in Italy.
Local roads. Oh my gosh.
And then
But that's not very fast.
yeah, that's not
but
fast
it's
at all.
but it's above it's on the speed limit.
It's on the speed limit,
so
but
it
not
works
highway
for the double.
speeds.
No, for highway it's like 110 and 130 kilometers per hour.
I still think it's the decade.
Yeah, it has to be probably for the double entendre, but I always assume it was the decade.
Wait, that's 90 on like local roads? Is that just like what is a local road?
Like
It's
a
like a
village
street-
road
A
or
street
neighborhoods where children play.
like inside the city.
That's 56 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Is that residential speed
That's
limit?
really
Apparently,
fast for
that's
That's
residential
what
like
speed
Wikipedia
limit.
that's like a
says.
grandma on the freeway.
But the lyrics,
Like, can you go
You
that
guys-
fast past like a front porch
the lyrics
Yeah.
though.
with children with a ball?
It's way faster than here, but that's what Google says.
You want the lyrics? Cyber talking, cyber sex is on the line. New desire, take me higher, boost me higher with your mind, set me on fire. Get the satellite if you want to see me talking on the net. I know the way you like it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
What the
see,
fuck
this is
is
about
this
the
song?
decade because like people are getting real excited about credit cards and phone sex
And running.
and like the internet. It was an exciting time.
I feel like it could easily be both.
Okay, what were we talking about?
Anyway,
that was a
that's
big
not
tangent.
related to anything we are talking about.
We were talking about
We're talking about how
After
Nightwish.
Forever
Night is going to be on fire.
After Forever
Oh, never mind.
and like After Forever. So Nightwish released Endless Forms Most Beautiful in 2015. First recorded studio album with Florianson on vocals. It was an exciting time. I pre-ordered this because I'm a Nightwish fan and
Pre-ordered it.
a Florianson fan. What did you all think of this album? I don't know if we've like explicitly reviewed it on this podcast, but
I like 2.5 songs on
I
it.
believe it was also the first recorded album with animal fucking.
I hope it's the last recorded album with animal fucking on it.
For 25 minutes or so.
Too long.
The greatest show
we
on
just
earth,
talk
dude.
about how
So-
long songs need to have different distinct parts, and while the long song on this album, Greatest Show on Earth, did have different distinct parts, I really wish that segment with the animal fucking noises was not there, because the rest of it is pretty nice.
There are
Yeah,
many
like
nice
there's like some
moments.
good choruses with like Flora and
It
Marco
has some Marco.
harmonizing.
Yeah, when Marco sings, everything is fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Did it really have to be like 24 minutes?
Yes.
Oh, no,
Like,
definitely not.
I if I look up like the shortened versions where people cut out a bunch of the repetition and a bunch of the like stupid bullshit, it's still like 11 minutes and it doesn't get good until like halfway through that part. So they really could have used an editor and like, trim this shit down. But I think Tuomas, speaking of being self-indulgent,
Thomas has a really big hat now, so you can't really tell
The
him
hat-
not to.
the
His hat
hat
is too
you
big
just go
now.
by the
It's
size of the
taller
hat.
every year.
Yeah. So now nobody can tell him anything. That's why now the new one will be a full album, a full CD.
Oh, you
And not
mean
just 24
human
minutes.
period colon
Colon.
2 lines
Havuman.
colon
I can't
nature
w-
period?
We're gonna overanalyze the shit out of that album in a couple
Yeah,
months.
I
Yeah,
can't
so
wait
we
until
will.
this
For
comes
it.
out because it's going to be so
Um,
ridiculous.
The only thing I remember about Endless Forms Most Beautiful is they have a song about the King Killer Chronicle
They do.
called Ademara.
Oh, that
That's the only
that
thing I
was a
remember
good
about
track.
it.
I don't know what a Edemaru is, but
It's about King.
It
They're
was
they're fantasy gypsies.
okay, that makes more sense. So, what was the first single of this album? Was it "Shudder Before the Beautiful"?
I thought it was Elan.
Oh,
might have been
Elon.
Elon.
Oh, okay,
Elan,
okay.
yeah. How is it pronounced?
That's like
Elan?
That's a good song,
It's like a
too.
super radio friendly Nightwish song.
In
was-
retrospect, I really like Elon.
It's a good song.
It is.
Is it the one that got pushed on YouTube a lot? I think it
It's
was.
probably. It has like a weird music video.
Oh yeah, it is. It has Floor's face on the thumbnail. That
It does.
64 million views.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
That video was constantly on my YouTube back then. When I think the recommendations was already a thing, or maybe it was the year 1 or 2 years later. But this was always there, and I was just telling it, stop showing me this video, please. I know it exists, but it just
There's
kept
also
popping.
a Nightcore version with 3 million views.
Well, obviously.
Ooh.
A Nightcore version?
Is there a Nightcore version of the greatest game on earth?
Probably.
Or the greatest show on
Most
earth?
likely.
Probably.
All 24 minutes, including the animal
Well, it would
fucking?
be
Well, it'll be
shorter,
like shortened,
like
yeah,
half of
because they
it.
speed it up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, anyway, so to talk
Interesting.
about this album in a reviewy manner, I had high hopes for it when Elon and Shudder Before the Beautiful came out.
Shudder for the Beautiful is probably the best song on it because
Yeah.
it's like the most metal song.
It was. I don't know. This album might have been. I kind of see it as a transitional album. Also, like, I got semi excited about the, I guess, origin of life and biology themes because I'm a biologist in real life. Surprise.
I feel like they're really
Um,
cringy about it.
But
though.
they're like super mystical science
Yeah.
about it.
Richard Dawkins' narration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
it's all, it
know.
all feels like instead of astronomy is astrology. That's how it feels.
It's the astrology version of biology. It's like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, those YouTube channels that like sum up really complex scientific concepts in 5 minutes.
Powerful podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we sum up really complex musical concepts in 2 hours.
By saying it's shit.
I believe last time we talked about the mysteries of blood.
Oh, blood.
Yeah, we did.
Thanks, Sonata Arctica and Wikipedia. I now know about blood.
And we know about evolution thanks to Nightwish.
And now we know about evolution. We know all about it. We know that there was nothing, and then there was
Silence.
A shudder before the beautiful.
silence, and then there was a shudder, and then there was a beautiful, and then there was single cellular organisms, and then we have humans, and then we have dubstep.
Well, yeah, pretty sure
Don't forget.
we're gonna learn about human nature
Yeah,
soon.
and don't forget
Yeah.
the dubstep. That's really important.
And maybe humans return to
yeah,
nature.
no, but before humans return to nature, wait, no, the animal fucking came before the humans in the dubstep.
Yeah.
Never mind. This is confusing.
Nightwish is confusing.
The timeline of Powerful.
Yeah, the
is weird.
timeline of Powerful is
Yeah.
real weird. And you know what else gets real weird? Camelot. They got real weird.
Hey, I liked Haven.
Did they actually? No, they didn't. This is before they got
No,
real
this
weird.
is their good
This
one.
is when they were still good.
This is the best
Haven
album they have with Tommy.
was in 2015. Yeah, so this is the second.
That's not really
It's
much
not.
of an accomplishment, though.
But at least this
It's
one was
not.
good.
It was just it's just where Tommy, their Roy Khan replacement vocalist, actually sounds like this is an album made for him. He sounds real good in this album.
Yeah, he doesn't just sound like he's doing like a whiny Roy Khan impression.
Whiny Roy Khan. That's so sad.
But like this had a lot of good songs, like Velvet Elysium, Liar Liar is a straight up banger. They had Revolution, which is all like heavy and shit. They had some good like softer songs like Under Gray Skies. Like I really enjoyed Haven.
The tour for this album was real good. I just thought Revolution didn't really work in real life.
I didn't see
as
that one in
a
real
live
life.
song. It was kind of weird.
But Liar Liar, I think, is like their current like closer these days.
Yeah, I think so.
And that was one of my favorite songs of 2015, if not my song of the year. I think it was back then.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a strong release. So this gave me a lot of hope for Camelot, which
And then Shadow Theory happened.
spoiler alert will be dashed.
Silverthorn came out
No.
next, right?
Silverthorn was
Silverthorn
2012, dude.
2012.
You're very dumb.
Am I
Yes.
dumb?
It might be.
We talked about it.
I thought there was an album between Haven and I don't know.
It's
man.
okay. You're
I don't know
not
Camelot
the
that
Camelot
well.
guy. It's fine.
Yeah.
We forgive you. You have other uses.
I listen to other stuff.
Yeah.
Not edgy industrial Camelot.
Oh yeah, this
stuff.
is the beginnings of edgy industrial Camelot. But yeah, I think I still had a good impression of Camelot at this point.
Yeah, I still believed in them.
Yeah, I still believed in them. But did you believe in Stratovarius?
I did. They put out Eternal that year, and I thought it was incredibly good. I didn't think Modern Stradivarius could be that good.
What did they have before? Oh, they had Elysium in 2011.
Was that the last
I
one?
actually really liked Elysium. They had an 18-minute track. It's called Elysium, and I actually really liked it.
They had this intermission album too, but that might be a re-release.
They had a bunch of re-releases
I
around
don't know
this time.
Stradivarius either.
They had something in 2009.
Yes, Polaris.
I honestly I just listened to early Strato, and then is there another band that I completely forgot about and abandoned until the beginning of the decade? And I'm like, oh, they made stuff.
No, I didn't even like Stradivarius until 6 months ago. So.
See,
Really?
we
Wild.
finally beat it into you after years
Yeah.
of convincing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
Good job.
I listened to a
Good for
bunch of
you.
other bands that copied Stradivarius, but made it sound
Okay,
nicer.
yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, these guys just sound like, I don't know, bad Reckoning Night.
There's the early Stratovarius, I think, is still their best era.
I see we didn't
Like-
mention in 2013 their album Nemesis that had Unbreakable. I just know
Yeah,
that song.
I think
And
I
Dragons.
think a lot of people like modern Stratovarius and kind of don't feel so strongly about older Stratovarius, and then there's the opposite. I'm not that big on modern Strato.
I kind of just take
I like
bits
the
and
older
pieces
stuff a
from
lot.
here and there of Stradivarius.
Yeah.
Actually
I
never
really
listened
love
to
their older
Eternal.
albums, but this was I think a lot of people liked Eternal, right?
Yeah, I really liked Eternal.
Do you guys like it?
I'm looking at it and I never listened to this album. Maybe I
Neither
should.
have I.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
good shit. Similar
Yeah.
to Stradivarius, Timo Koltifalto was also on Kane's Offerings, Stormcrow that
Oh
year.
yeah, Kane's Offering made a thing, and that was a big
Ooh.
deal because Kane's Offering is like a side project, and it's always exciting when people's side projects actually make something.
The side project was one of the best albums of 2015.
Yeah, this was a great year
Stormcrow is
I feel like Kane's Offering
big banger.
and Strato Eternal had a lot in common musically.
Yeah, well, not just the same
it's the
vocalist.
same style of modern melodic power metal.
Yeah, I would say they're both that sort of modern Euro power style with it, but still being power and not arena shit yet.
Yeah, but
And it's-
exactly.
Give
This
it a
is
couple
still,
years.
It's still kind of uplifting and major key and very catchy choruses. And then I Will Build You a Rome.
Build You a
most
Rome.
romantic
Rome, man.
song of the year.
Of the ever.
ever.
In every heart
Yeah.
beat, beautiful and confident. Anyway,
Yeah, very good singing. Thank you. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and on a positive note, I guess Gloryhammer blows up in popularity.
oh yeah, this was the year that they
Um,
exploded.
Yeah, I had never heard of Gloryhammer before Space 1992: Rise of the Chaos Wizards.
That album is
What a
really
ridiculous
good.
title.
Like, no lie. I remember where I was when this album came out.
Where were you?
I was at work
Wow.
doing stockroom stuff at the movie theater. And other maintenance tasks.
Amazing.
And I was trying to listen to Space 1992: Rise of the Chaos Wizards on Spotify. But Spotify kept hijacking what I was listening to because I didn't have premium. It kept changing it to random ass hip hop, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to this bullshit. I want to listen to Universe on Fire again,
You know,
or
What a
the
song.
the
title
only
track.
good songs on this album, I thought it was a really weak album. The only good tracks are Rise of the Chaos Wizards, which is an excellent modern power metal track with a killer chorus.
It's great. I think I listened to that song legitimately 30 times.
And the
in a
other
row.
good song is Universe on Fire, which is not power metal at all.
No, they tricked
it's,
power metal
uh,
fans
it's
into
pop-
listening to this
it's-
show.
It's Eurobeat, so it works.
Eurobeat. And you know how much
Eurobeat
we love
works.
Eurobeat. So
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. The rest of the album was not good.
This album was a good step forward for Gloryhammer, though. I think it was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah.
That was the album that made me pay for
Damn.
Spotify.
Oh man. Making $10 a month.
I pulled out my wallet in the middle of the lobby at work and
And you're
paid
like,
for
I
Spotify.
can't stand these ads anymore. I think Spotify makes their ads super annoying on purpose just to make you do that.
Yeah, because then
Probably.
you want to pay $5 or whatever.
I think it's worth it.
Kyle, I have a question
Yeah.
for you. you lore master of everything.
Uh-huh.
I was just looking at the track list for Rise of the Chaos Wizards, and it has 2 CDs. What's the second one that's all bonus tracks? With
The second one
Lori?
is it's like a non-metal version. It's just like orchestrations, so like no vocals or guitars.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
I like the titles because the titles actually seem to, they read like titles for different scenes in a movie
Yeah,
rather than just songs.
they're like alternate titles of each song.
nice.
Yeah, so those are, I guess, our heavy hitters in the symphonic leaning Euro power style. But other things that I think we remember from 2015 is that there's kind of a resurgence of traditional heavy metal. So, and by no means am I saying that this didn't happen before 2015, but I think I just like started to notice it a lot more in 2015. So, Enforcer's been around for a while. They've produced some, I feel like every album they've produced has been a banger. We're not going to talk about Zenith because Zenith is trash. But come on, like Diamonds in 2010 was crazy. And then in 2015, Enforcer released From Beyond. Please tell me you guys have heard this.
I've never listened to Enforcer.
You're going to love it. I think you guys need to listen to this. This is a 2015 essential. Enforcer is like heavy speed metal from Sweden. Like it's fantastic. You guys have heard Satan's Hallow, right? Which isn't until 2017, but whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So Satan's Hallow sounds like Enforcer. So you guys need to hear this.
There are a ton. I actually have a list of these of trad bands, right? And just off of the list, there are 4 or 5 that all released in 2015. Just of my short list. We've got Rockarollas had
Yeah.
an album in 2015. We have a Blazing Stone album
we
in
did, that's
2015.
right.
Was that War of the Roses or is that later?
Yep. There's No Sign of Glory. War of the Roses was the next year. We are between Ancient Empire albums. This is the year before Cauldron put out a full length. Visigoth's debut was 2015.
Visigoth released The Revenant King as well.
Yeah, we had some good American shit in 2015.
Yeah.
It was the year before Holy Grail's most recent album. It was the year before Eternal Champions album.
So you're
Yeah,
saying
so we
2016?
we can like kind of lump together traditional heavy metal in 2015 and 2016. But yeah, there was a lot of amazing stuff that's in this flavor of power metal, which I thought was really cool because like sure you've got your like Stratovarius and your Nightwish stuff, but you've also have music that's going to be more appealing to traditional heavy metal fans that kind of would prefer guitar shredding to like bombastic orchestra.
Yeah, this is where I think we're starting to see like that new wave of traditional heavy metal and like American power metal. Like Visigoth, the Revenant King debut came out and like blew everyone's minds. This is when Judicator put out At the Expense of Humanity and just took a huge step forward in terms of their quality.
What an album.
Yeah, so Judicator had albums before At the Expense of Humanity. I believe this is their 3rd or 4th.
It's third.
The third.
Yeah.
Third.
But this is their most polished album. The King of Rome and the Sleepy Plesso were a bit like
They're rough.
homemade, let's say.
Literally.
Yeah, literally homemade. But At the Expense was...
And they're both really good.
Yeah,
not to say they're not. They just are very rough.
I'm not super picky on production. I know some people are. And I love it when albums have this homemade charm to it. But At the Expense was, I think they really kind of got themselves noticed in our little community as a band to look out for.
The main thing is that this album is still feels a bit homemade, but it's great music writing and it's great performances, and it is like way better than the previous two.
Yeah, the theme of this album is a bit different than the previous two.
It's way too personal.
It's very personal.
This is as personal
dark.
as any album's going to get.
Yeah. And it's a great listen.
It is. So, Judicator at the Expense of Humanity, if you haven't heard that already.
An interesting one from 2015 was also, this is when Unleash the Archers, I think, started getting a lot bigger in at least the American space. They released Time Stands Still, which when I listened to that, I had such conflicting feelings. I was like, I feel like this band could be so much more. They were on the cusp, but they got really popular around that time with the Tonight We Ride music video being like Mad Max, and that's when 2015 is when Mad Max came back, and that was like a whole thing.
You know, I thought the Tonight We Ride music video was a parody.
I don't know if it's a parody so much as just a like.
I totally I was like, is this?
It's riding the wave.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
it was
just thought it was a
riding the
parody
wave. I don't think it was a
because
parody.
the songwriting is so awkward at this point.
Yeah, like the song is not great. The video is great.
Yeah, the video is great, but I was like, so there's just a singer yelling a lot, and then here's a guitar riff that goes nowhere, and a chorus that sounds like someone hasn't really thought about it that much. I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
I'm so mean right now. But yeah, I was not into Unleash the Archers at this point in time. Like at all.
But it is a good video and it made him popular.
8 million views right now.
Yeah.
That's
it worked.
amazing.
Wow.
8 million views.
You got a strong thumbnail because you got just Britney shouting into the camera.
Yeah.
It's a good
And
thumbnail.
people love being screamed at by heavy metal vocalists.
Yeah, it's like the thumbnail to Helium Prime's song.
Yeah, a big
with Heather.
expressive face going straight up into the camera is a strong thumbnail. The
Yeah,
algorithm favors
it is.
that.
The algorithm favors.
Dude, the
And
algorithm
people
gods.
like it.
Nice.
Yeah. But wait, when this album came out, the algorithm wasn't like it is now yet. I think the apocalypse was.
It was right
bit
before
later.
the apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it actually works catching up, like people wanting to click on it.
Wait, what apocalypse are you talking about? I'm so lost.
At
The apocalypse
the YouTube,
on YouTube.
apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
It was
Oh
when,
my gosh, I almost forgot about that. Like when YouTube started doing ads?
Tons of demonetization.
No, they pulled ads.
So the
Yeah.
ads already existed for a while at this
Okay.
point, but there was a big wave of demonetizing videos
Oh.
because there were some allegations. Like there was a news story about one video that was like supporting terrorists or something like that, and it had an ad for like Volkswagen or something.
Oh no.
I think it was Coke or something.
Yeah, and like big companies are paying for this content or whatever, and that's just because companies don't know where their ads go to, and YouTube cannot realistically police the content, given that there are hundreds of thousands of hours of video uploaded every minute. But this got big because big companies don't want to be seen as, fueling terrorists and stuff like that. And there was a big shift, a big movement, and it's like, okay, we're going to implement a system to remove monetization from videos that touch on specific topics and stuff like that. And obviously, you cannot really code that correctly because it's too broad and too dependent on context and things. And a lot of stuff of videos got demonetized, and a lot of people that did YouTube for a living started losing a lot of their revenue. And this started shifting content because it's like, now I'm scared that if I do this thing, it will get demonetized. I will change it to make sure that by no means it will be. And it was a really big thing. It also was it was cataloged as the end of animation on YouTube, because also
Is that when they started pushing towards 10 minutes plus?
it was like right at the time when they started moving to, we don't care about likes and subscribers for ads, we care about people looking at the site, so we want longer videos.
Yeah, watch time became the biggest metric. The Adpocalypse itself was 2017. But this was sort of during that shift in YouTube becoming more corporate.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the implications for that was what are some of the results that we can still see from this change in policy?
A lot of videos have like 4 or 5 minutes of just saying nothing just to make it 20 minutes long.
A lot of stuff being stretched out.
There's even there's a mathematical proof.
Oh, that was before,
That you
even
can-
before that. Yeah, you can skip a certain amount. It's called,
Yeah,
what's it called?
you like plug in the video duration and
Yeah.
like it's loose topic, and it'll tell you where to skip to get to the actual start of the
Yeah,
video.
and there's an actual, like, one dude made some algorithm for that. I don't remember the dude's name now, but it was his constant. And at one point, you could activate it on YouTube. I don't know if they removed it, but you could add a code to the URL ampersand whatever, and it would observe the constant. And every video you play would start at like 3 or 4 minutes in. And almost all the time, when it was a kind of vloggy video, it would get you to where the topic actually starts without all the
Yeah.
silly banter.
Is that why our episodes are as long as they are?
No, it's just because we get distracted easily. Like we're just a bunch of nerdy
Yeah.
children, essentially.
And we're not making videos.
And like
so-
Darko said, it also started killing short form animation because there's no ad
yeah.
from it now.
Oh,
animation
sad.
is way too
Yeah.
hard to make it
You
long.
can't animate for 20 minutes. It's gonna take you like weeks
Yeah,
just to make one
It takes-
video.
A year. Like if you think about
a year. I follow a couple animators on YouTube, and I'm lucky if I see
Wow,
a video a
that's
year.
sad.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's when Patreon started becoming more of a thing because people couldn't keep up with the algorithm.
like now in the 2019 2020s, there was a bit of a resurgence because those YouTubers that they made animation that survived this dry period because they were already big enough started working together more and more and doing other stuff like podcasts or just live streams while they're drawing and talking and whatever. And many started doing like getting people to draw for them, making little companies. And with at least the kind of videos that are like a vlog that's animated, so they're just talking about their life and they animated, those like made a sort of comeback, started getting pushed again by the algorithm. But that's now. At that time, it was there were a lot of short animated shows on YouTube, and they just seemingly died overnight.
Like Charlie the Unicorn,
Yeah.
like that.
So Charlie the Unicorn, we had those 3 or 4 episodes that were amazing. And then it was basically impossible for the dude to get money for that. And now during 2019, he had a campaign to get a Kickstarter, was it? And a Patreon. And if he got enough money, he said, if I get enough money to live without working for a year, he would do a Charlie the Unicorn movie to wrap up the story. And he got it. And
Wow.
he's been working at it. And it should come out soon.
Hooray for crowdfunding.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Partridge is another one of those big ones that
Harry Partridge.
somehow survived.
He doesn't make videos.
He's one of the ones where I'm lucky to see a video every year.
Yeah.
He makes some crazy good fucking animations, but they're every 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Has the adpocalypse changed like music YouTube at all though? Because
I don't think so.
it doesn't
I doubt
really
it.
affect like song lengths or like because content creators on YouTube who just talk about bullshit is very different from people who are putting out music. It's not really how they get their
Yeah.
revenue.
The main difference is that bands don't like people listen to music on YouTube. Like the most use that YouTube gets is from people looking for songs.
Right. Like all the
That's
most
the
viewed
mo-
billions with like billions of views are songs.
Yeah, and it's been for a while. Like when I don't know if 2015 is probably the year. A couple of years after they released some metrics saying that the most search stuff on YouTube is songs to listen to.
Yeah, I think people use YouTube for music, right?
Yeah, apparently I don't, but people too. Like we said in the last episode that Kyle, when he was a little boy, he started looking for music
When he was a little
on
boy
YouTube.
and YouTube
Yeah, it's-
existed.
Where
I
else would
think-
I find you music?
Yeah, a lot of people just ripped music from YouTube
Yeah.
and then they
Hell
would save
yeah,
it to
dude.
their what is it called? iPod shuffles.
I had an iPod Mini and then an iPod Nano.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apple
Excuse
boy.
me. iPod something. I don't know. I never had an iPod. They all look the same.
Me neither. Neither. And it's different. So it's like the outlet for, you say, okay, a van has to have a video to be relevant in some way or for people to want to find it. And it used to be back in the day, we ship it to MTV and show it on cable TV. And now it's like it has to be on YouTube. But since people now are used to using YouTube to listen to music and they look for the music up and maybe they have autoplay on, or maybe they just use those channels, at least in metal, that just upload a lot of music. So it's already there and you just hit play on a playlist and listen to a full album or a mix. It's like, it's not the same use of the platform because the video is not what matters. Mostly the music is what matters eventually. And it has no bearing on. They are no musician is actually getting their main revenue stream out of YouTube views.
Oh no, YouTube is just like kind of like a way to become known because people are discovering.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
there.
totally. Like I think at this point, a lot of us started to get music recommendations from YouTube. There's the channel called NWOTHM Full Albums, obviously, and then there's
Obviously.
also Melodic Power Speed Metal.
And like unknown power metal, YT.
Unknown
Unknown
Power
Power
Metal.
Metal.
We got a bunch of music recommendations from them. I actually also started subscribing to atmospheric black metal albums. I think I realized in 2016 that atmospheric black metal was a thing. Like, I know I'm late to the game. It's been around for a while. Don't at me.
And if you think about it, this is just people that, hey, I listen to this music. I'm going to rip all the CDs or get the music from wherever it is and put it out on YouTube so that other people can see it if they would never find it anyway because they live on the other side of the planet or something, or because this band will never make a worldwide release.
Yeah, it's just user curated and it gets the music out to people so that they hear of the band. But the bands don't actually get any of the revenue from this.
No, nothing.
They only get publicity coins, which are worthless in the physical world.
Well, if people listen to it on YouTube and then go buy it, there's that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that happens
but
a
in
lot.
many cases,
but
that's
sometimes no.
in many cases that's not even a possibility. So that's your balance. Like, I am a small band in Argentina, and without these people uploading stuff, maybe someone in Japan would never have found this band, and maybe they like it. And most likely, I'm not selling that album on Japan because that's expensive. Because I'm a small band. I don't have funds or a label or anything. Now I can maybe just put a link. They can put a link there to Bandcamp and they can buy it from there or something. So now it's a bit different. But at this time, in the mid 2010s, it's like you're thinking about it. Do I want this dude to upload to his channel my stuff? Do I care? Should I go and tell him, hey, that's my stuff, don't distribute it without me? Or do I want to leave it there so that people that would never have access to it any other way can listen to it?
Yeah, these the videos on these channels would always have a disclaimer in the comments usually. This is for promotional use only. We will take it down if you just let us know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they don't run ads on those videos, so they are not
They're not making
Like,
money off of it.
getting money off of your work. Like, if I ever see an ad on one of those channels, I would go ballistic on them because that would be
That's
stealing.
messed up. Yeah, that's literal
but-
stealing.
Oh, can't YouTube run their own ads on it without the creator really giving a shit? Like YouTube puts ads on some of our stuff. We don't see money from that.
YouTube puts ads on our stuff. Really?
They do on a couple.
Oh no,
They
Darsha's
shouldn't.
gonna
The-
go ballistic.
No.
The claimed ones they do.
Oh, well, because
Well,
they are
that's 'cause that's
claimed.
not us.
Right.
So
That's what I'm
that's the thing.
saying.
Yeah.
So someone could still claim those videos and put ads on them.
Yes. Yeah, but the one that claims it should, like, usually should have a claim, a legit claim. So that's not the dude that, the idea is that the dude that uploaded the video and the video is just something that someone else did, if he got the money,
Right.
that would be
Right. It's not his own
wrong.
original content.
Yeah.
Didn't one of those curator pages shut down like a year or two ago because he was putting
I'm not
ads
sure.
on it?
Not sure, but he deserves it. In that
If
case.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah, but either way, these YouTube channels became a way that a lot of us on the power metal internet started discovering albums
Yeah, for sure.
and new
Mhm.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that said all the bands that I know I discovered because of unknown power metal
Yeah.
and stuff like
Like-
that.
Half of the music we listen to comes from NWOTHM full albums.
Yeah, if you ever saw the channel back in the day, the Dwarven Dwarf, I discovered a ton of shit from him, like in 2008 or something, because he uploaded a bunch of stuff that he liked, like Mop
Crazy.
Rules, Lost Horizon.
Yeah, and hopefully this free publicity in which the uploader isn't trying to make money off of results in these bands getting their music out, getting more people onto their Bandcamp pages and purchasing their albums. I mean, I know I certainly did. Like, I have a bunch of stuff on Bandcamp just because it's easy. At this point, I think paying properly for music has become easier than sailing the seven seas. If
And
you know
that's
what
still
I mean.
pretty easy.
Mostly, yes.
Yeah. And it's also like now that I have income, like I'm happy to pay for the music that I want.
It just has to be available, which is
It just has to be
one of
available.
the hurdles.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not available, then like whatever, YouTube it is, I hope. But you know, you just do the best you can. And I would encourage anyone who can afford it to support their artists.
All right, let's take a dive into 2016 now.
Yeah.
Oof. Big
2016
tangents.
is a really interesting year. So, we talked about how we started discovering music through YouTube channels. 2016 was also the beginning of another era in our power metal community. So, we've mentioned before that we all met on Reddit. And 2016 was the beginning of the power metal Discord channel.
Yeah, so the our power metal subreddit, one of the users there is like, "Hey, I made a Discord channel. People can go there and talk about bullshit." That was probably like a huge turning point in our lives, as dumb as it sounds.
And we're like, what's Discord? Let's get on. And it's a chat room. Chat rooms are back. We are running in the 90s again.
Yep. So you can shit post, you can meme it up, you can bitch about things.
You can chat in real time to all of the usernames that you've interacted with on Reddit over the past like 4 years.
There's no time to think about a big wall of text to elaborate on your very interesting point. You just go like, yeah, this album is awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
really
like,
start
ugh.
to you feel more people's personalities when it's more of a constant stream of stuff. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how we started to meet each other, because we joined that Discord server. Most of us did in like late 2016. That's when I was starting my senior year of college. I was pretty checked out and lazy at that point, so I would just be in class shit posting on Discord. It was totally worth it.
Well, some of us just do that at work still.
I wish I could do that
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
I wasn't on yet.
You
Yeah.
weren't on yet. No, it was
you were
just
the-
it
you were a
was just
latecomer.
3 of us. Yeah, and among many other people. And basically I don't want to get into like personal business on Discord, but we got into a lot of sub communities within our larger community, let's say. And you know, I think it's a good way to like really get your opinions out about certain artists.
For me,
with-
it was great to just finally
Yeah.
have people to talk about with this interest that I've had for almost 10 years at that point.
yeah.
Other than just like bugging my friends who say, okay, fuck off, Kyle. We don't care about your weird European music.
Weird European music. Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, you know who starts getting kind of weird and derivative in 2016?
Ooh, what's that?
Sabaton.
You know, we just never shut the fuck up about these guys.
No.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's no episode when we don't mention Sabaton.
Yeah,
you're
but-
probably right.
There's such a big
We should
name.
stop talking about
They're such a big name in
Sabaton.
the genre, and we like dislike them so much, and yet we can't stop talking about them.
So doing
Okay.
something right.
But okay, let me just say one quick sentence about this release. It's called The Last Stand, and then they announced a tour called The Last Tour.
That was so fucked up.
And we
That
were
was
like,
fucked up.
wait, what? Is Sabaton coming to an end? No, they're not coming to an end. They called the tour The Last Tour to promote their album The Last Stand.
But they know what they're doing. They're not
Ugh.
dumb. They know people are going to see that and freak out and feel more compelled to go to it. It's smart marketing.
Is it not Swedish people like misusing the English language? Or is it smart?
could
They
be that
could
as
be. I
well.
think their English is fine.
Yeah. Their English
Yeah,
is
maybe
totally
it's just
fine.
the trap. Like, oh, I would have never gone to a Sabaton show, but this is the last one, so I have to go.
That's actually the only tour I went to. I think that the US leg was in 2017.
See, it worked.
Oh,
Well,
it
no, I
worked.
just
It
no, because I
worked.
knew they were good and I wanted to go anyway. It wasn't a matter of it being the last tour. I knew it wasn't the case. They're too popular for that. I just went because I heard they were good live and I wanted to go.
That doesn't stop other popular bands.
When X Japan did the last show, the last
The last live.
it was the last live.
That was
it was the
actually
last
the
live.
last live.
It was actually the last live, and it was brutal.
Yeah, there were
Jeez.
so many tears.
So in 2016, I went to my second metal show ever, which was
Was
Blind
this-
Guardian's Imaginations tour, which they did play, and then there was silence during the encore. So I got it in there, and that was amazing.
Oh, I didn't get to go to that. I had just started a new job. They didn't come to Phoenix, and I would have had to drive to Boulder,
Oh, shit.
Colorado, or to Vegas,
That sounds.
which I would have
both
done.
sound really far, though.
I would have done it, except I had just started a new job and didn't have the time to do it.
I also went to my third metal show.
Wow.
And oh
We're
boy.
still numbering
Shit,
shows.
dude.
I've lost count at this
Yeah,
point.
fuck off.
Was that a Helion Prime
no,
show?
it
by chance?
was a Sonata Arctica 9th hour show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, speaking of other bands that get weird, shit has definitely hit the fan for Sonata Arctica. And was that your first and only time seeing them?
I've seen them twice now because I saw them a few months ago, but that was the first time seeing them.
Was that the tour that they opened for Nightwish?
No, they were headliner. They had like
Oh, okay.
Omnium Gatherum opening for them or something.
Oh, that's the first time I saw Omnium Gatherum. They were really good. That's when I learned that I liked
Yeah,
Melodeath.
welcome to Melodeath, but not welcome to Sonata Arctica. So the 9th hour came out, and it was really weird.
Yeah, I didn't like the 9th hour.
I think I left that
wow.
show early.
Well, I guess if you got to see Omnium Gatherum and like half a Sonata show in 9th hour era, I think you can go to bed early. You can get a nice peaceful sleep.
Yeah, I was really stoked to see Full Moon live. Like that was an experience because like the shift in the crowd was very, very palpable.
You should have went to the Ecliptica anniversary tour.
Well, I didn't, so I
That
will
one
go
was
back in time.
crazy.
I'll take like I don't know 2015 Kyle. I'll smack him upside the head and say, I don't care if you don't have money or don't have a car.
We'll
this fucking
find
show.
your way there.
We should
And
get
take
a
the
time
Amtrak.
machine.
Yeah, let's just build one. We can do it.
I'll just get one. We can go all these old shows
Yeah,
over and
we
over.
can do it.
Let's go to like the
You could
fucking
watch DVDs.
like old Blind Guardian tours, like, and then there was Silence tour. I
Like
think they
when
came
Somewhere
then.
Far Beyond came out, Baby
They didn't even-
Guardian. Oh
they didn't
my goodness.
We'll go to their Japan
Like-
shows from that time.
I want to go see Tokyo Tales IRL. That would be so crazy.
I've got a signed Ed Guy CD that has the ticket stub for the night it got signed in it.
Which Ed Guy CD or which tour?
It was Mandrake, I think.
What? Crazy. I love Mandrake.
And it has a ticket stub for the night that the dude got it signed, right?
Yeah.
And it was a stacked bill. It had Ed Guy, it had Heavenly, it had some other people.
Yo, that sounds amazing. Oh my
It
goodness.
was a great show. Looking by the bill.
Yeah, a dead
Or about the
band,
ticket.
and Ed Guy is potentially dead too because Tobias Sammet is fully focused on Avantasia, which
So let's just go back. Let's go back in time to that show,
Yeah.
and we can get it signed again.
that sounds crazy. It'll have that guy's name and your name after we make our time machine, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So speaking of which, Ed Guy has like diffused out of existence, I guess. Avantasia has become a touring band.
Yeah, they came to the U.S.
Yeah, in 2016, Ghost Lights came out.
I love Ghost Lights. I adored that album.
It was okay.
The crazy thing is, like, that album leaked like a month early. It came out in January, but it actually leaked in
Oh.
December because someone fucked up and put it on Spotify. So everyone just ripped the
Oh,
shit out of
I
it.
didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, so I
That happened
listened to a bunch.
last year too. with Dragon Force, I think, right?
Yeah, that was
on
different.
YouTube.
Someone,
Yeah.
someone actually did leak the links in that. They weren't public.
Okay, so Ghost Lights. Since this was pre-podcast, let's talk about it a little bit.
I am sad. I am angry that I didn't actually check this out because, like, I didn't know what Avantasia was. But I saw a poster for their show here. Probably it was 2017 instead of 2016. I don't know. Whenever they toured Latin America, and I saw the posters like Tobias Summit, Avantasia, whatever shit, and the only name that I recognized from the lineup was Eric Martin from Mr. Big.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, maybe I should check this out because I know this dude and it's great and whatever. And this looks interesting. There's a lot of vocalists. I don't know what it is, but it looked like this must be a musical theater kind of thing.
It kind of
or whatever.
was.
But I didn't.
But okay.
And I didn't check it out.
No.
I didn't get the tickets and it went over my head. And I didn't pay attention to anything until a year or two later. And man,
I guess we really need that time machine now.
Yeah, I should have gone to that one show.
That's okay. So Avantasia Ghost Lights tour. This was really weird. It was in Anaheim, California on a Monday night.
Yeah, they picked like the one Monday I couldn't fucking go because of school bullshit.
Yeah, I still went. I was still
Was this the House of Blues show?
This was the House of Blues show. This is where I first met Jason from Helion Prime and Rob from Noble Beast on accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Helion Prime came out that year too. Shit.
Yeah, they came out that year. But I saw like a guy wearing a Helion Prime shirt, and I like didn't know how the band members looked like because who the hell looks that shit up? So I was like, "Hey, nice shirt," and he's like, "Thanks, that's my band." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm an idiot." Cool.
How did you know about them? Was this after the album came out?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting my months mixed up there.
Yeah, I don't know what month anything is. It was just like it was a blur that is 2016. But yeah, it was crazy because we knew that Avantasia was really big in Germany and they would play stadiums, but in this Anaheim Monday night show, it was like a cramped House of Blues.
It's just crazy seeing the difference between
the
two
and
continents.
it was the House of Blues in Disneyland, like the front part of Disneyland that you like don't have to pay to get into. What is it
Downtown
called?
Disney?
Yeah, whatever. And then this House of Blues location is actually closed now. It's gone.
Rip.
R.I.P.
It's Toby rocked too hard.
Yeah.
He broke the rafters.
Yeah, this was actually crazy. They had this. So Ghost Lights had this super long track, "Let the Storm Descend Upon You."
Love that song.
Yeah, which I think is one of their like most memorable. Like, I don't know if I would call this super power metal-y, but it definitely has a musical theater, like dramatic elements with like multiple characters. And we've got Toby and Jorn like
Classic duet right there.
doing their thing. Yeah, classic duet, classic Avantasia elements.
They also had Unchain the Light, which I adored.
Oof.
That song is just pure Michael Kiske goodness.
Song of the year. I don't really like that song. I also don't really like Babylon Vampires. I still stand by that my favorite modern Avantasia album is Mystery of Time.
Mystery of Time, yeah.
Mystery of Time. That one was so good. Kiske is way better on that one.
We got some more American stuff coming up on 2016 too.
Yeah.
Eternal Champion.
Yeah, we brought up Helion Prime.
Ancient
and
Empires, Other World, Helion Prime with their debut. And that the one album with Heather.
Yeah. I also got to see Helion Prime live later that year in Sacramento. And Judicator opened for them.
That sounds like a hell of a show.
What the hell were they doing up in California?
I don't know. They were there. And I was like, this sounds like a good opportunity to visit my friend in Sacramento and unwillingly drag him to a show in a tiny dark bar.
Sounds like a great show, though.
Yeah, it was amazing. My phone died. I didn't take any pictures or anything. So there's no proof that I was there, but I promise you I was.
Supporting those up and coming American bands. This is like the start of like that, like 2015-16 is like the start of that new wave of American power metal that we're so in love with here.
Yeah, I think during this time we noticed, Judicator, Helion Prime, Visigoth, and other US based bands are producing music but it's not quite in the USPM style from the 80s. Like they don't sound like Liege Lord or like older Riot or like Manila Road. They sound like a mix of German speed power metal and something else.
Yeah, so it's not quite USPM, but it is something. It is like its own movement.
Yeah, it's like its own thing. I don't know. We don't really need to name everything that exists.
Yes, we do.
Okay, what would you call it?
The new wave of American power metal.
Yeah,
Nwapum.
NWA. That sounds like a wrestling league.
It's a NWA. That's a rap group.
NWNA, New Wave of North American.
New Wave of North
Power
American
metal.
power metal. What if someone makes this style and they're not from North America?
Don't worry about it. It's a movement, not a style.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
just
like the new
like
wave of British heavy metal.
just like
Can't be Nwapum without being from here.
non-European people can make Euro power, like Galnerius plays Euro power
Angra.
style and Angra plays Euro power style. Okay, whatever. Let's go with it.
Speaking of Americans playing Euro power, this was the last Theocracy release, Ghost Ship,
Ooh.
which
I bought that album.
it's a strange album. Like I love like half of it.
I enjoyed half.
Yeah, and then there's another half of it where I'm just like, I'm not so sure.
The middle half.
Yeah, the middle. It's like a sandwich.
Yeah. Except the bread is the good part. It's a reverse sandwich.
It's a
Reverse
shit sandwich.
It's what was that KFC sandwich?
The double down.
The
The
one
double
that has
down.
the fried
It's-
stuff instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
bread. Yeah.
It's a double down.
So it's like two nuggets with like something you don't care about in the middle.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a KFC double down, 2 pieces of fried chicken with a piece of lettuce in the middle.
Okay. All right. So the lettuce here, I'm guessing, is the song called "A Call to Arms."
Oh god.
There's some weird
And the
stuff.
fire one.
I
Spread
almost
the
forgot
fire.
about
No,
these
not
songs.
Angra.
Someone,
That's Angra.
yeah, it's something about fire. It's bad.
Stir the embers.
Stir the embers. That's
That one.
it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Don't listen to this, Matt. We love you.
Hey, Paper
Really,
Tiger.
though,
The
is
Tiger
the
one
title
was
track.
good. The Ghost Ship one was good.
Like Wonder of It All, Easter, Castaway. These are all great songs.
Like most of the album was actually good. It was just a call to arms and stir the embers.
yeah,
Just
those were the lettuce.
2 out of 10 songs.
the middle was a little rough.
That's not bad, I guess. You can just skip those 2 songs and you still have an 8-track album.
Are we getting a new Theocracy album ever? Like they finally did a new Christmas song last year.
Who knows, dude? Maybe.
Who knows?
Like we had Matt like right next to us, and I feel like we were trying to subtly
You
hint.
didn't ask him.
Why
Well,
didn't you-
I
why didn't you
mentioned
ask
when I
him?
met him, I mentioned like, hey, if you guys make a new album, it's been a while, you can come talk about it on the podcast. Like I was not being subtle.
Well, what did he say? Did he just try to change the subject
He kind of just brushed
and
it
like
off.
walk away? He's like, yeah, very
He was
funny.
like,
Goodbye,
oh yeah,
gotta go."
sure.
I've got better people to talk
Get
to.
the fuck out of here, kid.
I'm gonna go talk to Metal Injection. See ya.
Oh,
Let's talk to a real
don't.
journalist and not a
A
bunch
real
of.
journalist. we're real journalists.
Are we?
We had a special report.
Oh yeah, we did. We were contacted by our friends for a special report.
Insider
That makes us
sources,
real
my dude.
journalism. Yeah.
We're like the Jason Schreier of power metal.
Jason Schreier. I wouldn't go that far. I don't know if we have that deep of an inside scoop. We have like a shallow scoop. Like we know
like a
enough.
We have a scoop. We have a scoop in a certain region
We do.
with a certain group.
Yeah, we have
would
like
be-
a mild scoop, like a hefty
Kid
sandbox.
size ice cream scoop,
Yeah, a good size ice cream scoop's worth of scoop. It's not like, Journey to the Center of the Earth or anything, but it's a good ice cream scoop. Yeah. So
How
this
do
is
we
getting
get
a
so
little
off the rails?
this is getting a little weird. So I just remember, so you know how we were all living the Dragon Force lifestyle for a while?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In 2017, the Dragon Force lifestyle gets real weird.
So we're in 2017 now.
Yeah.
You're just gonna skip Twilight Force like that? You're gonna
Yeah, why not?
Let's come back to it. I already brought
Twilight
Dragon
Force got
Force.
twinkly in 2016.
yeah, okay, we'll
Moving
just-
on
I
to
think we can
2017.
move
Dark
on.
Forest
Twilight
too. They had a
Force-
cool Iron Maiden album.
Twilight Force forgot that they were power metal and started producing weird twinkly shit.
I like that
It's a good album.
Iron Maiden thinks Iron Maiden made a semi revival in the form of Dark Forest.
Hey, Beyond the Veil by Dark Forest is amazing.
It's a very good album.
Yeah. It's like Modern Maiden, dude. It's great. I love Dark Forest. New album 2020.
It's like April 2020. It's coming up.
So where were we? Dragon Force lifestyle.
Dragon
gets
Force.
weird.
Okay, 2017 now.
Okay, this is Darko's time to shine. He
2017 's
knows so much about Dragon Force.
2017 is a weird
I know
year.
a lot about
You know,
Dragon Force.
you're like our Dragon Force guy.
So I joined the Discord in March 2017. I wasn't listening to a lot of power metal beyond Dragon Force and Ganerius and Dragon Guardian, and
You were such like a baby in terms of power metal when you joined.
I was a baby. Yeah, I'm still a power metal baby. I'm still the least power metal dude here.
We've given you so much though.
Not according to your hair, though.
I had to cut my hair. My hair is shorter
If we're
now.
going by hair, I'm the most power
Rip.
metal.
Yeah, Kyle is the embodiment of power
That's just
metal.
because it's blonde.
Whose hair is longer?
But it's
Mine or
long also.
Biscuit's?
Yours, Biscuit
no.
Cut.
Biscuit Cut is.
I don't know. I think me and Biscuit might have
I
the
think it
same.
might be mine.
Yeah, I think me and Biscuit have the same hair
It's about-
length.
It's a little longer than shoulder length, I think.
Oh, okay. I think I have the shortest hair here. I'm the least power metal of the group.
If we go by looks alone, it's Kylie's power metal.
Oh yeah, if we
in
go by
person.
looks, I am by far the least power metal of the group by like 1,000,000 kilometers.
But in 2017, I did have my hair up something like waist long.
Wow.
Damn. It's powerful.
You could like wrap that around you.
not
blanket.
that much.
Like a
That's not that
scarf.
long.
That's kinda weird.
Hold on. The waist is not the hips,
No way.
right?
You could
Just
do like
in case.
a scarf.
A scarf.
Yeah,
hair
I could do
scarf.
a scarf. Yeah,
The
I could
scarf
do that
out.
actually. When
Wow.
it was really cold, I could do a scarf with my.
Biscuit is
Oh, so you
like
did do it.
Biscuit is like not to be trusted with long hair. He's just gonna do all kinds of weird stuff with it. You're like, ooh, look at all these fun shapes.
So I started getting a lot of power metal from the Discord in 2017. I met these lovely people, and I guess that's the point when I started listening to new albums, because I never looked before for, oh, this came out this year, let's listen to it. I never had any idea when anything was coming out. The only time when I did know that was like, oh, Dragon Force is releasing an album, I'll buy it, just because I knew about Dragon Force and a couple other bands that are not metal, like Muse. But in general, I don't know, I have no idea what's going on right now. And this is when it changed.
That's definitely what I did before Reddit as well. I was just like, oh, let's go through Ed Guy's entire discography and
Yeah,
listen
exactly.
to all of those because I don't know anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where would you listen to them
Exactly.
from?
Spanish blogs and Spotify.
Spanish blogs.
Yeah, Spanish
Spanish
blogs.
Yeah, we talked
blogs.
about this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Mega
got to
upload,
this
Spanish
website.
blogs, Spotify. Yeah.
Because you have to remember, all of Latin America just pirated everything.
Right.
That's just the reality of it. A lot of music, especially metal music, was not like widely available in stores, even when stores were around. When Tower Records died, all the local CD chains started dying, then the availability of CDs was even scarce. See, I don't know
Difficult
English
to
enough.
find.
Yeah, difficult to find. It was
Yeah.
hard to find stuff. So someone found it somewhere and was able to upload it and share it to everyone. Actually, to this day, groups that share music with, you could say, illegal downloads exist. And for many people, that's how they find about new bands and new albums coming out.
Oh, yeah. The Spanish blogs and the Russian blogs.
Yeah,
They're
the Russians
still
cover everything.
around.
Yeah. But 2017, I learned a lot of power metal. And apparently 2017, according to the very select group of people that we hang with, it was the worst year in power metal in a long, long time.
It was a tough year. Like we'll get into some of like the big name releases, starting with Dragon Force.
With Dragon Force. So Dragon Force released Reaching into Infinity. Reaching to Infinity is bad.
The end. End of
There you go.
conversation.
You heard it here, folks.
It wasn't nice.
Pack
No
your bags.
It wasn't nice.
Time to go.
And the music is like, it's really not there. And that's, I don't know, we just wanted Sam to go back to writing songs like he used to. instead of letting the other guys write music.
Yeah, like
Honestly.
they tried a few different things with Reaching into Infinity. Like they had the really big song Edge of the World, which had some like tried to be like black metal parts, and it just doesn't work for them. At least they try.
I think everyone agreed that the best track on this album was the bonus track, the cover.
Oh, of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I also really liked Hatred and Revenge, one of the other bonus tracks.
I remember that the first single that came out, I just couldn't stand it. The intro was awful. The rest of the song was kind of okay.
Ashes of the
but
Dawn.
I don't like the intro. Yeah, of Ashes of the Dawn. I like the chorus of that song, but the long, drawn-out intro with the synths, they are not the best synths. Like they used to do that way better. And also that this is the time when their keyboard player, Vadim, left the band.
Yeah, not having him
was
is
not
a
nice.
huge detriment, I think.
Yeah, like the people complain when they Drownforce changed vocalists, but this is a bigger change. This is an actually a way bigger change for the band. He asked to be out of the tour for this album, for that cycle, because he was getting married and having a kid. And apparently the management and the label and whatever, they said, like, we can't have someone in the promotional material that's not going to be on the shows for some stupid reason. So he's not on the music video for Ashes of the Dawn. He's not on the... I think he's not on the album booklet even. I didn't actually get the album, but he's not in any pictures or any posters. It was weird at the time because this wasn't something that was known yet. It was like, why isn't Vadim on the video? Why isn't him around? And then he wasn't on tour. And up to this time, Dragon Force always played without backing tracks. And now they will have to start using backing tracks because now they don't have a live keyboard player. And also in the writing of the songs, you can tell like the synths aren't the same.
Yeah.
The style is different.
If you listen to the keyboards on like Inhuman Rampage and then go to Reaching to Infinity, it's night and day in terms of the keyboards at least.
Yeah, it's so different and it really affects the songs. And I, save from the chorus of Ashes of the Dawn, I don't really care about any of the other songs, and it has some really awful songs like the long one. I don't even remember the name now, but it's like three.
The Edge of the
it's
World?
like three bad songs. The Edge of the World. 3 songs stuck together without any care for transitions or anything, and they are all bad.
This is the most brutal review that I've heard coming out of Darko.
The darkest.
You in a minute too.
toe.
Yeah, because this is very disruptive to the Dragon Force lifestyle. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta have that lifestyle.
Yeah. Basically 2017 was really weird. So to sum it up, Dragon Force gets really weird. Unleash the Archers somehow gets good.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part.
Yeah.
Like they released Apex, which is like their biggest groundbreaking album that everyone loves.
Yeah.
Because it was like, wait, these songs are making sense.
Did I just enjoy a Unleash the Archers song? Like what's happening to me?
They put out like the Matriarch and Awakening, and I'm like, this is good. Like it's not just Britney carrying them on her, far overworked back.
Like Britney
damn.
just screaming a lot. I mean, it's fine. It's fine to scream
does
a lot.
plenty of that.
I too enjoy.
It's a metal
I
album.
enjoy a good amount of screaming, but I think the songs here are cohesive, well written, with strong choruses, and they're also very good live. And the title track is epic, and it has beautiful acoustic section.
Yeah, the concept works. I think is even because it's like a story concept album.
Yeah. And we've still got plenty of chanty, good live songs like 10,000 Against One and The Matriarch.
Yeah, compared to the other albums, this is way better songwriting.
Oh yeah, Apex was amazing. But that was unusual because Unleash the Archers was not supposed to be good. And they are. And now I'm a fan. So hell yeah. Good for them.
And I'm looking forward to Out of Apex. I think is the next one. Maybe it'll be a sequel or some shit.
Yeah, I feel like this is an upward trend for them. I guess we'll see. This is like N=1 in the trajectory.
Well, hopefully it's not a fluke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And aside from Unleash the Archers getting good, Ailstorm goes meme. So we bring up Ailstorm because they're like sort of power metal adjacent.
They're party
Eh.
folk power metal, I think
Party
is how they
folk?
describe themselves.
Fiesta metal, I
Fiesta
guess.
metal.
Pirate theme fiesta
Well,
metal.
that's a good one for this one because No Grave But the Sea had Mexico on it.
It did.
Yo ho, Mexico.
That's a fiesta. Yo ho, Mexico.
Yeah.
And where the cactus grows or something like that.
Tequila and a donkey show.
Oh my
I
gosh.
feel like
Mexico.
they just wanted to
Mexico.
say, okay, what country should we pander to so that we get treated well when we tour there? And they're like, fuck it, Mexico.
You think that song is pandering to Mexico?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that.
What does the Mexican audience think of the song? If there's any listeners from Mexico, please tell us
They
what
might
you
just
think
think it's fun.
of Ailstorm's Mexico. I mean, it's funny to us.
Mhm.
Is it funny to them?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I'm not from Mexico.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if there's anyone
So,
listening who's from Mexico.
Fernando, pretend they made a song about Argentina, and they did basically the same thing. And they just use like Argentinian stereotypes, whatever those might be.
It's like
yeah,
empanadas.
like-
what
Yo,
is it? What do you
Argentina.
want?
Masado and the
Argentina.
cactus grow.
And like
I don't know. I'm scared of because I've learned from since I joined the chat. I've been exposed to a lot of foreigners, so I didn't speak to that many people from abroad before. And apparently, the Argentinian stereotypes around the world revolve around football and Nazi gold. So
yeah,
I don't know how that
football,
song would go.
Nazi gold. And now that we've learned from interacting with you,
alpacas?
oh, alpacas.
You guys have alpacas
No,
too.
that's like, wait, where are alpacas from?
Or is that just me being American and not knowing?
We have
It's like Peru or some
llamas,
shit.
Oh,
but
okay.
Peru has alpacas. Maybe we
Gotcha.
have alpacas too, but ours are the main thing are
Llamas.
the llamas.
So asado and a llama show.
There you go.
Asado
Yeah,
and a llama
and
show.
pudus,
Empanadas.
like the power of the pudu.
The power of the voodoo.
You have those too?
What a great find, that band.
You guys have poodoos in Argentina?
I'm pretty sure we do because like basically everything that lives around the mountains lives on both sides, on Chile
Can you
and
guys
Argentina.
explain to any audience that's still around what a poodoo is?
It's like a baby Bambi, basically.
I just looked at
Yeah,
the
it's a-
picture. It's a
It's
weird.
a real small deer.
It's a really weird small animal. Why is everyone obsessed about these? They're from like the west of Argentina and Chile.
Dude, the northern poodoo is called Poodoo mephistopheles.
That's metal.
Wow,
That's a pretty metal
that's
name.
pretty
Metal as
metal.
fuck.
Yeah, that's very
That's a pretty
metal.
metal
That's some
name.
mythology in there.
Why are we talking about poodoos?
Because there's a band
get
called
there.
The Power of the Pudu.
Ah,
From
okay.
And they're
Chile,
Brazilian,
that makes-
right?
No, they're from Chile.
Oh, they're from
Oh
Chile?
yeah, because poodoos are
Yeah.
I didn't
from
look it
Chile.
up. That makes more sense. That makes a
Yeah,
lot more
dude.
sense.
Wow, geography
I thought
is
they were
How do you
hard.
from
confuse
Brazil.
those two?
I don't know, because
They have songs in
It's-
Spanish.
I can't tell the difference between Spanish and Portuguese, dude.
How?
What?
Because I don't speak either of them.
Oh,
But they are so different. Come on.
They're similar.
They're not.
but when
yes,
people
but not
are
when you're
speaking it, like you have no idea what they're saying, but you can tell one
Yeah,
is
that's like
a language.
that's like me
one's
being able
another.
to tell the difference between like German and Austrian.
That
It's not quite that extreme, but
no, I think it's like the difference between Portuguese and Spanish is like the difference between English and French.
That's pretty big. Anyway, we are bad at languages. 2017 is weird. Ailstorm goes meme and gets us distracted. Check out Power of the Poodoo. Battle Beast thinks we're in the 80s.
The biggest meme of 2017
What is the biggest
was Winter Sun.
Oh,
That was the year they had their crowdfunding campaign, and it was so much fun because like every day for like 3 months, like Yari would post some new weird shit on
yeah,
Facebook.
there was a new update every
It
day.
was
It was
so
amazing.
fun.
Hello, guys. It's Johnny.
Oh my god, that was the whole forest
and then-
package thing. It was so much fun.
And then fucking Ailstorm.
They made No Grave But the
Also
Sea for
did it.
Dogs,
Right, they made the
Yeah,
album.
they had a,
and they had a
a
crowdfunding
fucking
video.
forest package crowdfunding video for No Grave But the Sea for Dogs.
And they did the exact same format that like Yari does,
It
where
was
it's like the
amazing.
Yeah, they
close-ups on
copied
their
his video.
faces with like the
It was
subtitles.
amazing.
Oh man,
Is this what metal has come to in 2017?
I think it's
we
just what
just-
life has
we just
come
had
to.
a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's
No,
like-
because
memes,
we also had some good
bunch
stuff.
of crowdfunding. We
had
had
Galderia, Return of the Cosmic Men, a return to happy metal.
Seven
I
Kingdoms
guess.
Decennium was really good.
We had Decennium that came out like 6 months later than it meant to.
Mhm.
We had Satan's Hollow. We've talked about that a bunch already.
Don't drop the sword.
Don't drop the sword.
Love bites.
Traveler Speed Queen.
So there was still good stuff in 2017.
Yeah, there was good stuff.
There was good
Yeah.
stuff,
It
but
wasn't
it was
the
like
death of power metal that some
yeah, it
people
wasn't the death
lament.
of power metal. There was still a lot of good, I guess, albums being released from a lot of new or semi-underground, middle of the depth of the burial underground artists.
However, we did see the birth of what we've dubbed arena metal or gimmick metal or pop metal, whatever you want to call it. That got really big in 2017 with those slower, anthemic, just mid-tempo, really like big crowd arena friendly style songs. So
rock songs create a metal sound.
yeah, so Ordinogon's Gunman got really big. Bloodbound's War of Dragons seemed to do pretty well. Battle
War of
Beast
Dragons
put Bring Her
was
Pain
awful.
out. Ailstorms obviously got No Grave But the Sea. Brothers of Metal came out that year with Prophecy of Ragnarok. Windrose had their whole big Dwarven metal meme thing with Stone Hymn and the whole To Erebor music video getting a gazillion fucking views. Beast in Black came out after like the whole big schism with Battle Beast and put out Berserker, which was, pop stuff that we've lamented many times before finally accepting our
80s
Overlord
themed
here.
overlords.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild, Windrose, right? They've had 2 viral meme hits that has spread outside of the metal community. I've seen when Stoneham came out, I saw like normal people posting about Dwarven metal and To Erebor.
Normal people, amazing.
And both times that Windrose has gone viral, they have failed to capitalize on it.
How would you say they failed to capitalize
on it though? Like, why would you?
They're
do?
nowhere near as big as they should be. I don't know what I would do.
They still
But they've had
get
2
attention
viral
from
hits
their big
in
viral
2
ones.
years. They've had 2 viral hits in 2 years. They should
Yeah,
be
that's
substantially
big.
larger than they are.
Yeah.
But instead, they're opening in clubs for like Vision Divine and failing to make it into the United States.
They were supposed to enter the U.S. for Prog Power.
And they were
All
denied.
the
They were
Italians
were
denied,
wild.
which is really sad.
Wasn't it not just for Prog Power, but a full tour?
It was the whole tour.
Oh my gosh, there was supposed to be an entire tour.
They were supposed to tour with
Yeah.
Arcona,
Yeah, Arcona.
they got
it's like a whole
screwed big
folk
there.
Tour.
which is a kind of a weird matchup.
They were gonna be with
'cause
Arcona.
Arcona went like black metal on their last album, and pairing them with Windrose is kind of weird. That sounds like an ignorant promoter to me, but whatever.
It's like, oh, it's folk.
It was probably like a fast, like
Yeah.
this band made this big hit. Where in what tour can I get them? And like that's the one that was there. Because if that was more prepared, maybe the visa application wouldn't have hinged on the Prog Power show.
True.
You know what I mean? So I think like the tour might have been something that came up way later than, and it's like, what band can we pair them with? So, well, Arcona, just go.
Yeah, that's sad. If that panned out, I think Windrose would be substantially more popular.
Yeah, like I kind of see what you mean. Where like they've had these big viral hits, but it hasn't super much translated into the rest of their music and popularity really taking off. It's just like
Ziggy
yeah,
Hole has 4 million listens on
Yeah,
Spotify.
it's just let's
That's
look at the
Yeah.
funny dwarf
crazy.
meme and then move on with our lives.
Diggy Diggy Hole has almost 10 million views on YouTube.
That's incredible.
To Erebor
Yeah.
has 2.5 million views on YouTube, and then I also saw it being shared on Facebook Video.
Yeah, Facebook, it was
wow,
big for a while.
that's as normie as it gets.
It was really big.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
And
wild.
that's the thing, like it's a cover song, right? That's half of the appeal for everyone outside of metal to find it.
Because Diggy Diggy Hole got big with the whole Minecraft meme thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I didn't know about it. I had it explained to me, but yeah, it was like it was a song that someone made for a YouTuber made for Minecraft videos, and it was funny and it was popular. And then later, these guys got it and made it, but they might end up being a one-hit wonder.
Twice.
Like imagine if Ailstorm had died when they did the Lazy Town cover and did nothing after that.
A one-hit wonder 2 times. That's got to be
A
rough.
2-hit
yeah,
wonder.
2-hit
Yeah.
wonder.
I don't understand Minecraft. Am I just old?
It's Legos.
It's just funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
not
definitely
funny.
old.
It's
What's
fun.
the other thing I
That's
don't
all.
understand? I also don't understand Fortnite.
I was gonna say fun. But
What's
That's Legos
that?
with guns.
Legos and guns, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? That's
dancing.
really violent. Do kids like it?
Kids love Fortnite, dude.
Is it for iPad
you know,
or for
so-
consoles?
Everything.
everything basically.
Oh god.
It's cross-platform.
So they had a fucking Star Wars event in Fortnite, right? Before Star Wars came
Because
out.
Fortnite's just like a platform now. You can put anything in it.
Yeah, it's a platform, and they announced like a huge lore thing in the Fortnite event.
Yeah, there's lore.
It was like Fortnite exclusive Star Wars lore
Yeah.
about
That's
like
how
Palpatine's
no one
return.
What?
It was so weird.
Yep, that's a thing.
So you
The
can
opening crawl for the movie talks about Palpatine sending out a broadcast to the galaxy, and that broadcast where they teased that Palpatine was coming back was in Fortnite.
Mhm.
So it was broadcast in like a theater in the Fortnite game?
yeah,
No,
like, there have
no, it's not
there
in the
have
theater.
been,
There have been
it's
concerts
a-
in Fortnite, though.
yeah, there have been
have there been?
concerts
Fuck,
concerts
dude.
in Fortnite, like 2 or 3.
You know what this reminds me of? I might be extremely ancient, but there was this thing called Second Life. Is it kind of like that?
No.
No.
Not really.
So
So
that's
it's like
the
it's like
weird
80
stuff.
people load into a map in Fortnite and they kill each other
Okay.
as the playable area gets smaller.
Yeah. So it's like it's technically it's just the shooting game, but they do stuff like when everyone logs into the map in this map, and there's like a stadium built and a band is playing.
Wow.
2017 is when
It
Battle
happened.
Royales got big too, because PUBG took
Is that
off.
when
and then-
PUBG came out?
Yeah, PUBG
Oof.
came out in 2017, and then at the end of the year, Fortnite changed from Save the World to Battle Royale and became a phenomenon. Damn, we are so
Save the
topical.
World was in development for 6 years. I remember seeing it at San Diego Comic-Con in 2010.
Yeah, they announced it so long ago.
I went to their booth in 2010 and got some sweet swag and was really excited for it because that was like
Amazing how shit turns out.
it was like the peak of zombies in 2010.
Right.
They just had to come out with a game by like 2012 and they could have gone up against Left 4 Dead and then they didn't.
Pouring out for Left 4 Dead.
So what was your album of the year of 2017?
We talked about that on the podcast. I think mine was.
I want to just sum it
yeah,
up.
right
like,
now. What is your 2020-2017 album?
Yeah,
of the year?
with your knowledge now, what do you think is your?
People can go back and tell us that we changed our minds.
Yeah, we can change our minds. People change their minds all the time.
At the time, it was Decennium. These days, I hadn't listened to Awakening from the Abyss yet, so probably that, because now that I've heard it.
Demon Bitch Hell Friends?
That was 2016.
That was 2016.
I know, but 2017 was so fucking weird that my album of the year for 2017 is Demon Bitch Hell Friends.
It did come out again in 2017 though.
On
It's come out.
Spotify.
It's come
Yeah.
out every year since
Yeah.
2016.
Is that why it's album of the year every year?
It's album of
Yeah.
the year every year. Demon Bitch Hell Friends.
Well, 2017 is the most important year that we're talking about because that was how the podcast got started. Or
it
when?
did.
And we talked about all of this.
So 2017, the start of the powerful Power Metal podcast. That's big for Power Metal.
It is.
It should be.
You know,
Yeah.
The power metal community was so underserved on podcasts. They were starved.
Yeah.
There
we
were
had
no
no
power
choice.
metal podcasts at
There
all.
weren't. I saw someone posting on the subreddit earlier, like last week, saying that they were going to put on like a power metal radio show. And I'm like, hold up,
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Hold.
Hold up,
Pump
yeah.
the fucking
Oh,
brakes.
it's like-
download
only
and
He
one.
was
Perfect.
asking for good names for a Power Metal radio show. I was like, we should make a trademark thing.
I know.
and-
Do we need? Are we gonna get to Nargrid? Oh my god.
No, I don't want to do a trademark dispute. I'm scared now.
What are we gonna do with all of our patches?
I don't know.
We're gonna sell our patches.
We'll give them away for $1. Oh wait, we already are.
That sounds like a great transition to talk about social media and Patreon.
Oh gosh.
We don't need to. Though.
That's going to be a future episode all dedicated to social media and Patreon.
Yeah, and how bad
could do
I
that,
am
yeah.
at social media.
And
You're still
Bandcamp.
better than the three of us. So
Right? Oh,
I need to do
gosh.
more shit posting on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like. There was a point in time when I thought that I could be social media active, but I realized that that took a lot of mental energy, and I'd rather just live in real time.
There's a reason that like a whole person has a full-time job of
Yeah.
being social media manager.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a whole thing. Interesting thing about 2017 is that's the year that like I graduated college and moved to San Francisco, started my weird new job. So I think having
Yeah, your job is pretty weird.
Yeah, right. So
I have no idea
having-
what you do.
so having the podcast is like a new thing for me to like do. I think was very fun. I think becoming more connected to the community at large.
Community. Okay. Yeah, I think by this time I finished my schooling. I got my PhD.
Right. Doctor.
Nice.
I'm a doctor, I guess. I don't know.
Amazing. Dr. Gates.
Oh,
Dr.
doctor
Gates.
of philosophy. I can't help you, but I'm really good at Googling. What else am I good at?
That's really all it takes to get through college.
Yeah. I'm good at fucking around with search engines. PubMed, Excel, Microsoft. I can make a mean graph.
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'd have to look up tutorials, but I can eventually do it.
That's the right
Yes.
answer.
Yeah,
That's the right answer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was fun employed for 3 weeks. I think I just stayed at home and watched Terrace House the entire time.
I read all of Berserk.
You
between
read all of
jobs.
Berserk.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I woke up in the morning and I read Berserk for 6 hours, and then I took a break, and then I read Berserk for another 3 hours, and then I went to bed.
yeah.
That sounds like a
productive.
good fun employment.
That's nice.
Sometimes I think, oh, maybe I should have like traveled somewhere or seen things instead of just marathon all of Terrace House. But all Biscuit did was sit there and read
Oh.
Berserk. So I think we're
And
the
I-
same person.
I played Fallout 1 and 2 as well. That was fun.
Oh, I played
Oh,
a ton
nice.
of Path of Exile. Path of Exile. Which one's the magic card? Which one's the game? I played the
Path
game.
to Exile is the magic card.
Path of
I
Exile.
played
is
Path
the
of
game.
Exile.
Exile target creature.
Yeah.
Creature's owner gains life equal to target creature's toughness.
Path,
Yeah.
Path to
I,
Exile.
Wait, no.
when I was fun employed, I did a lot of PUBG. I played through Chrono Trigger. That was fun.
Oh, Chrono Trigger. That's good that you
Was
played
that your first Chrono Trigger?
Yeah.
There's only Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. Why would there be more?
I mean, I never played Chrono Trigger before that.
Was that his first Chrono Trigger?
Oh,
First time playing through it, yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you did because I feel like when it came out, you were too young.
Oh, yeah. I never had an SNES.
You're like, I'm learning how to walk and talk and be a
My
human.
first console was the N64.
Wow.
Wow.
I remember when Smash Brothers Melee came out, and I was like, "What is this controller? It's like a freaking
Was that-
tri-prong."
Was that in 1998, Kyle?
I didn't get an N64 until like 99 or 2000.
1998, 20 years later is 2018.
Holy cow!
Ooh.
2018. How a lot of things have changed. So the podcast has existed at this point.
Yeah, we podcast exists. We're getting our footing. We're
Yeah.
starting to interview people. We're making buddies. We're listening to a variety of music and reviewing the shit out of it.
Planning trips.
Planning trips.
Oh yeah,
2018
we
was
were
our first
planning to
Prog
meet in
Power.
real life, which is crazy.
I met Andrew in real life in 2017. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I went to Phoenix for work. Because I started going everywhere for work then.
Yeah, you were a traveling man.
All I know is that every time Kyle's here, I get free dinner, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah. I didn't have time to meet up with you last time I went to Phoenix, unfortunately. But next time.
Well, the most recent time Kyle visited here,
We did a podcast.
it was a working night. We had to record. So we didn't get
Yeah.
to get free dinner on your company budget.
It's a shame.
Damn.
Darn. We can't use it for free food. But yeah, 2018 was, I feel like after the weirdness that was 2017, 2018 was okay.
It was solid. There was I think a good variety of stuff, especially if you
Yeah.
look at like our top albums. You have like the symphonic stuff like Orion's Reign. You've got the like straightforward power metal like Frozen Crown. You've got some USPME stuff from like Visigoth and Riot 5. You got meme shit from Grail Knights. So, you know, we had
Meme
a good
shit.
variety.
You got,
We
you got
did.
album of the year, The Shadow Theory.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, Camelot died.
Ugh.
Kamelot is dead to me. They died.
Housewife
died.
metal.
Housewife
Oh.
metal. That was the whole
Oh,
thing
you
with
mean
Eternity's End.
Eternity's End Unyielding.
Yeah, which I still liked. I really like that album. I don't know if it needed to have as much drama around it as it ended up having.
You always need drama around your
Okay, that's a
release.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that article about saying, "Oh, metal has no balls anymore," was trying to like get people excited about this Eternity's End album, because it was like, "Oh, real metal
Oh,
with
yeah.
balls.
I know what
want
got
balls."
everyone in the fucking Discord server talking about it
Yeah.
for weeks.
Yeah, I was
So,
clearly the mood
yeah.
because they were
Housewife
saying they were
metal.
clear about that. Like,
Yeah.
no label is picking us up.
We're too metal.
Because
We're too
true
metal.
for the labels.
They only want 80s tribute bands.
And they got picked up by Japan because Japan likes
Japan will do
speedy metal.
Japan's got balls.
Japan's got
Yeah,
balls.
I feel like the Euro power coming out of Japan is still, European
Fast
power metal, like Love Bites, Awakening from Abyss, and Clockwork Immortality. They're both like really good, solid power metal albums.
Unlucky Morpheus had Change of
Unlucky
Generation in
Morpheus,
2018.
Galnerius had another amazing album.
Was
Right.
that 2018? Or was that 2017?
Or 2017. I think we just skipped it from 2017.
Yeah, no, it's
Galnerius
fine.
has a
This
lot
is,
of
like,
albums.
very recent,
Yeah.
and it seems like they produce an album every year. Yeah, Galnerius had the gray one. What was it called?
The
In
Brutal Spiral of
2016 they had
Emotions.
Force of
in
Courage.
2016 they had Force of Courage.
Oh, it was 2016. And then we jumped to 2019.
Yeah, and then after that they had Force of Courage was 2015, my bad. And then they had the Eternal Sacrifice after that, right?
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
it's the one
Ultimate
with
Sacrifice.
the horse, whatever.
Ultimate Sacrifice.
The album art is like a horse on a cliff,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
just
like
remember
brown,
17.
gray
Brutal
colored.
Spiral of Emotions because
Yeah,
that's such a
and
great
that's a
song
great-
title.
and it's a great song under that title. That
Hell
it's
yeah.
a great instrumental that goes on a roller coaster of emotions. It's
A Brutal Spiral.
you, yeah, bless you.
Bless you.
It's just the best.
Yeah, and then we go to Into the Purgatory, which has Fighting of Eternity, best song title
I love
of the
Man,
decade.
they've got such great song titles.
They do.
Yeah.
2018 also saw Nova Rain's debut with Legends. Some more American stuff coming out, which we're nice and biased towards.
The first time I saw Nova Rain was at a free show that I went to on accident.
That's a lucky
Nice.
little turn
Surprise.
right
And then
there.
I got way too drunk, and I bought merch for 2 bands that night instead of 1. And then fast forward 2 years, I cut the sleeves off of that shirt.
Oh God.
That's when Biscuit became true metal.
True Biscuit.
True Biscuit.
True.
Because it was warm in Atlanta.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I cut
It
the sleeves
was.
off of the Nova Rain shirt.
Jesus.
You also got your jeans.
Did you turn your
No,
jeans
those are
into
separate years.
Did you turn your jeans into shorts?
First Prog Power, I turned my jeans into shorts.
Oh, amazing.
I own shorts now.
Oh, you didn't own
Okay,
shorts
that-
before, and
great.
you live in the
No.
desert?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess
But
if
I
you
go
live in the
outside.
desert, you need to protect your legs.
Oh, I don't
from-
go outside.
Oh, that's true. You're
'Cause it's hot
IT.
outside.
You're IT guy, and there's air
Yeah, makes
conditioning
sense.
inside.
Why would you go outside when it's hot?
I don't know.
It's like going outside when it's like under 6 feet of snow. Why would you do that?
No, you just don't.
You can hide inside.
You just don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, overall, I don't know. What was I doing in 2018? I feel like
Podcasting.
yeah, we were podcasting.
You
March.
get your PhD.
I got my PhD in 2017.
You got married.
Actually,
Oh,
I
fuck.
got married at the end of 2018. I think my listening in 2018 was a bunch of Behemoth, and I listened to the Manila Road discography a lot because R.I.P. Mark Shelton, and yeah, that was 2018.
I listened to all the music that you guys were sending to me.
Yeah, we were just
and all the
like
music that Discord
shoving
was sending to me.
music
Yeah.
down your throat as usual. 'Cause-
Every morning when I got out to work, I asked the chat, "What should I listen to today?" And it just showed me an album that came out that week.
It's the Discord shuffle.
So what stuck with you from that time?
What stuck
Fernando?
with me? So I really like Dirdian. DNA with Ivan Chanini in
Nice.
vocals, which then he got into Vision Divine.
They're touring Latin America pretty soon. Are they coming to Buenos Aires?
If they're touring in Latin America, then they are coming to Buenos Aires.
Nice.
That's
You should
how it
get
works.
in on that.
You're in a major
I'll
city.
look into that and go. And let's see, from the list that we have here to help us, because I'm really bad at remembering stuff, I think that and Helium Prime are the things that I listened to the most afterwards.
Yeah, Terror the Cybernetic Space Monster came out in 2018
Yeah,
with Sozos.
yeah, that's his vocal performance is great, and I'm not just saying that because I'm doing stuff with him.
Yeah, you should check out Fernando's project.
Eons Enthroned. They have a new song.
Yeah.
They've got
They have a new
Stormblessed.
song.
It's about Kaladin from Stormlight Archive. It's really good. It's got Sozos on vocals. Nice and power metal-y.
Yeah, nice and power melody. But anyway, I liked Angra's album Omni,
Oh, I did too.
but I
Yeah.
liked more the live performance of it. I remember more that than the actual album, so I don't actually go back to that album. But that live show of the full album was really great that we saw at Prog Power.
I went through like all of Angra's discography after Andre Matos passed away. And Omni was like, I hit it again and I'm like, damn, this is a good album.
Yeah, it got a lot of weird back and forth feedback when it first came out.
Yeah,
But I listened to it so much when it came out. And I think it has a good variety of musical styles. Like
I don't think I liked it until after we saw it live.
because it's proggy, right? And people
little
were
bit.
still weirded out about Fabio singing.
Yeah, I didn't.
on
I kind of still can't really get over Fabio's singing, but I feel like he was a bit toned down in the symphonic metal vibrato style in this album.
Yeah, it's like in this album he fits.
Yeah, he fits.
Like maybe you're still weirded out with him singing other songs,
Yeah,
but you cannot say that he sticks out in this one.
yeah, but
Everything
I think the
works.
songs are well written enough that it's not a sore point for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I do, instead of going back to the album, I actually just remember the live show that we saw, and sometimes look up some random video of it just to remember.
Oh, that's nice.
I really like that live show.
Oh.
I really like going to Prog Power. We went to Prog Power in
We
2018.
did. We met IRL.
We met.
Yay.
We recorded a couple episodes.
Internet friends.
Together. We crashed at the Powerful Mansion, at the Powerful Fun House.
I saw it with the Pumpkins United that year.
Oh,
We
yeah.
saw Pumpkins United. I saw Pumpkins United 3
3
times.
fucking times.
Wow, you are like number one fan.
Apparently. The
Apparently.
first time, so I went to the Pumpkins United show with barely knowing what Halloween was. So I have heard I Want Out, Eagle Fly Free, and probably 2 more songs. I don't remember which ones now. And that's all I knew about Halloween.
That's amazing.
And everyone said that, yeah, it's a great band and you should go, then I'll go. And it was amazing. Oh, 2018 is also the year that I saw Rhapsody for the first time.
Oh, they had their
Or was it
reunion tour.
2017?
Oh, brag
Yeah.
about it.
The Rhapsody reunion
Motherfucker.
tour happened, and I didn't know. I knew that Rhapsody existed as a band. I know I had listened to it in the background at some point. I have friends that like it, but I never really actually sat down and listened to it. I wasn't aware of them.
So you went to Rhapsody reunion blind, clean,
without knowing.
a black
And they
slate.
opened with Emerald Sword.
Was that your first time
Amazing.
hearing Emerald Sword?
I don't think it was the first time I have heard it, but like because I kind of knew it, I could sing along to it, so it definitely wasn't the first time that I heard it, but I didn't know, this is this song Emerald Sword by Rhapsody, and it was like,
That's amazing.
but it was great, and the whole show was great, and then I listened to the whole discography in order after that show. But I was really lucky to be able to experience that because it was like the original lineup sans Staropoli. It was really great. Really, really great.
Yeah, I feel like we all had a busy, big year back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've gone through a lot of music and a lot of years. So looking forward into the future land, not a Eurobeat reference at all. What are you looking forward to most in the upcoming year, decade? What do you see in the next? Yeah, we're talking in terms of decades
big boy
now.
predictions. Where are we at in
big boy
2030?
predictions.
Question.
What is the future of power metal? Clearly, I was wrong a whole bunch of times back in 2010. What do you guys think? Yeah, I know. I was so wrong. Like, what do you guys think is the future of power metal?
I wonder where Dragon Force will end up in the landscape.
Twitch partners full time.
Yeah, like they're gonna keep like flexing the internet, and however that changes, they're probably gonna be right there.
Yeah, because now it's not only Herman that's doing that. Gene, the drummer, is also doing live streams. He live streams himself practicing drums while playing Fortnite with the people on the chat.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. That was like
that's crazy.
So many future concepts in one sentence.
Yeah.
I can't. Back in my day, Twitch was a platform in which we stayed up late to watch Koreans play StarCraft.
You can still do that, probably.
I can still do that.
Yeah, you can still do that.
But it's weird now. There's people streaming outside on
IRL
Twitch.
streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like,
just talking streams.
I used to say IRL streams is a parody, but it's real.
It's a legit thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a legit thing.
I feel like a ancient boomer.
You are.
No, well, not again. We're not boomers.
We're not boomers. We're in our 30s. Early 30s at that.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Barely 30s.
I know.
20 somethings, 20 minis.
Yeah.
I'm 28 and a lot of months.
28 and months that might be greater than 12.
Yeah.
28 and several months. Yeah, no, I like being 30. I just feel like a lot more, I don't give a fuck at this age. I'm more financially and emotionally stable, hopefully. It's chill.
It's chill.
But yeah, I made a lot of wrong predictions about Pathfinder being the future of power metal.
Shit happens. I feel like what we're gonna see.
What is the future of power metal?
In the next few years,
be Pathfinder.
You think it's gonna be Pathfinder?
They're gonna strike
I think they're gonna rally.
Oh my
you think they're
God.
gonna strike back? Pathfinder
Yeah.
striking
No.
back
Pathfinder's is striking back again.
Oh.
again. Oh my god!
They're gonna get they're gonna drop Primal Alley,
Okay.
and they're gonna get
Fabio. They're gonna get Fabio.
No, they're not gonna get Fabio.
Conti.
Or Conti.
No,
They're
not
gonna get
Conti.
Fabio
No,
Leone.
they'll get Olaf Hair. They'll mix it up.
They're gonna get fuck, what's his name? One sec.
Which guy?
They're gonna pull David DeFice out of retirement.
David Defiance. Isn't he crazy?
He is, yeah.
He's
But
gonna
they're
do
Polish.
his standard yahoo sounds.
They're gonna pull David DeFice out of retirement
Oh my god.
Wow.
and be the
Oh,
future
man.
of power metal.
What a time to be alive. Hey, do you guys know if you type in Pathfinder striking back into YouTube, our podcast pops up?
Wait,
Nice.
what? Is that influenced by you looking at other powerful things?
I don't know.
Probably.
Let me look up
Yeah, you have to try it on
private browsing.
Incognito, yeah.
private browse. Yeah, let's
Okay,
try
let me
that.
try again.
Pathfinder. Oh, I can't type. Pathfinder is striking back.
Oh,
And
never
auto
mind. Oh
completes.
wait, we're like the seventh. We're
yeah,
like the
fourth. I
seventh.
have it in
hit.
fourth.
Jesus.
I have it in
One,
fourth.
two,
Episode 2. Powerful episode 2. Juicy drama is striking back.
We're
Mine is like
number
sixth.
6. Yeah, we're number 6.
Behind some WoW stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
And some.
All right, so do you guys really think Pathfinder is going to strike back and that they're the future of power metal?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to say no.
And what do you think is the future of power metal?
I think we're gonna continue seeing like the trends we've seen the last 3 years continuing. There's gonna be, more meme metal. There's gonna be more American stuff. I think we're also gonna see people from different areas doing styles we don't normally see. Like we had Frozen Crown a couple years ago doing stuff that doesn't really seem very Italian. You had like American bands doing more European stuff, and so we're gonna, I think, see more blending of genres like that.
Yeah. probably the influence of just speaking to people in the internet that are from around the world has made it so the local scenes are not so just influenced by the other local bands
The
in the scene.
globalization of power metal styles.
Yeah, exactly.
There's probably going to be
Exactly.
some. I'll say because like we saw like the rise of like Sabaton being huge during this decade. Nightwish got big on like YouTube bullshit. There's probably going to be some other band that's been kicking for a while, just kind of really start to take advantage of the internet and kind of get to that next big level. Start playing stadiums and shit. I don't know who that's going to be. We'll see.
My serious answer is I think power metal is going to invariably draw on other subgenres more.
Even more?
Yeah, I think this is crazy. I think we're gonna get more black metal influences in power metal. There's a lot of crossover in musicians.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Because like mellow death and like folk metal sort of overlap with power metal a lot. Not so much black metal.
I think there's one band that our friend Peacer always recommends that's a mix of black and power, and that's like the only one. And I can't
There's a
remember
handful.
right now which one it was.
There's Crimson Shadows. There's Numenor.
That one.
Crimson
Oh,
Shadows
there
is
we
so
go.
dope.
There's a couple. The ones that do it really well. There's just a lot that fail to do it.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot more.
It's kind of weird.
There's gonna be a lot more like
mixing-
this mixing styles. Like there's this band called Butcher, and the U has the metal umlaut things, and
Nice.
the album is, I don't know if it has a title, but they have this song called 666 Ghosts Carry My Chariot, and it's like heavy speed metal with like I don't know, black metal vocals. It's crazy.
Yeah, we'll probably see more bands using Patreon and other crowdfunding sources just to stay afloat as well.
I also think we're going to see more quote unquote normie bands with indecipherable death metal logos. Because they've already started stealing our symmetrical logos and our V's. I think they're going to start stealing indecipherable death metal logos next.
Why do you think that? Because I feel like they want to have a logo that people are going to be able to like.
Because Billie
understand.
Eilish already did it.
Did she?
What?
Yes. She has a death metal beanie
Does she? Well, I gotta
as like official merch.
look this up.
So it's going to happen. Just you wait and watch.
Oh, I see it. That's weird. I mean, whatever. I don't really care what
Oh
people
shit!
buy,
Yeah, Billie Eilish selling death metal logo beanie.
Yeah.
This is legit.
Yeah.
but okay.
So metalheads are going to have to find a new aesthetic.
All right.
So good luck, guys. Black t-shirts won't fit it anymore.
Hey, if we want to get other color T-shirts, I'm fine.
Neon is gonna be our new aesthetic because
I don't like it.
80s revival, and
I feel like metal is the latest genre to the party of the 80s revival. It's been going on for like 6 years already, and it's like they figured it out in 2018, and I'm sick of it already.
Already. Yep.
And also, that's the thing, like I wasn't born during the 80s. I wasn't alive.
you were
I was born in
one.
89. But
You
it's
were
like-
one in the 80s.
But since I grew up in Argentina from 1990 to 1998, something like that, current shows didn't actually get here on time. I think the most current entertainment show I saw were like a year behind, and I still had a lot of TV from the 80s and the 70s and 60s. So I grew up watching He-Man, you know? So I had the 80s. I'm done with that. I'm sick of it. Please.
It's just your whole life has just been one constant 80s.
Yeah, they never went away. Come on. I know that, okay, we managed it. We are now in the alternate future that the 80s movies wanted us to have. Like, we went through the Back to the Future 2015 phase. We got Kung Fury and True Survivor, David Hasselhoff making music for outside of Germany. We had all the games that went full neon.
Like Blood Dragon.
Versions of stuff. Yeah, like Blood Dragon, like Trials, like... Okay, and music, pop did it, and rock kind of fish cannot do it, but they tried. And that's I don't know. I'm tired.
You're tired.
I don't want metal to keep on using neon because that train already went away. Let's move on.
We need more like fantasy and fire in Norse mythology.
We can have sci-fi too. That's okay.
Actually, that's another thing that's kind of like coming up more. Like really Leona Rhapsody. It's like sci-fi themed. There's a lot of people interested in DNA for some reason. Demons and Angels, Dirtion's DNA.
Demons and Wizards.
Demons and DNW.
Wizards.
Chaos Space Wizards.
Chaos Space Wizards. Like sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah, like Gloryhammer is sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
Do you guys
right? Technically.
Do you guys think Sabaton is gonna write a song about a fake sci-fi war?
I'd be down.
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Should.
I feel like they should. I think this like historical stuff it can be misconstrued and it's kind of getting old, and they should, but they won't because that's too different.
That's their thing.
Yeah, if they do that,
no.
If they change to that, they will lose the mainstream appeal they have
absolutely.
now.
I want Sabaton to write a fantasy sci-fi album, but they won't do it.
Yeah, I want them to do some weird concept shit like Beyond the Red Mirror.
Weird.
Yeah, it would make no sense.
No, it would do horribly for them, but I don't care. It'd be funny.
Be a suicide, financial suicide.
Okay, well, let's see if any of our predictions come true.
I can't wait for 2030 now.
I know. I can't wait to do another retrospective. This was super fun. And I also realized that I never plugged any of our social medias in the beginning that I usually do. So if you made it this far in this episode, thank you for listening. You are the most loyal of audiences, and we appreciate you greatly. And if you want more episodes like this, you can find all of our other material on powerful-podcast.com. Feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram at Powerful Podcast, or just old school email us like it was the 80s. Did they have email in the 80s?
Yeah.
Our address is contact@powerful-podcast.com. If you can't remember all that, that's okay because it's all on our website, powerful-podcast.com.
And if you want to give us like a little contribution to our hosting costs, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/powerfulpodcast. According to our patron manager, we have a couple of shout outs we got to give. One to new patron Abby, and it says we haven't given one to the Metal Pigeon yet, so I can't remember if we did or not. But
I don't know, but he's a great guy. So shout out to the Metal Pigeon.
Yeah, so thanks to the Metal Pigeon, TMP. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's got a blog too, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. That's the whole point of the Metal Pigeon. He has a podcast and a blog. So go check out his podcast called MSR Cast. And the blog is just called The Metal Pigeon. Just put it in your favorite search engine and you'll see it.
Awesome. So if we had to give one bit of advice to our lovely listeners in this new decade here, what would it be? How should they be in this new decade?
I think you should be, I don't know, advice, like life advice or power metal
okay,
advice?
I was fishing for you to say stay powerful there. Well, that didn't work. So my bit is ruined.
Shit. Let's try. Oh shit. God damn it. I'm so bad at this.
Let's get some real advice. Let's get real. What is your catch-all life advice, Stella?
Now I want to say stay powerful.
That's fine.
That's real advice.
Can we do that?
That's real advice.
Can we do that? All right. Stay powerful.
Stay powerful.
Stay powerful.
Stay powerful.
Oh man. Good recording.
All right.
Guys.
I'm going to hit stop.